Hello?
Hello?
Yes.
What's going on?
You're going off.
There's going to be a new award for...
Much more than I expected. It was the march to legalise that, and I don't want to talk about this probably at all because I'm guessing everybody that's listening to this feels the same way that I do. But quite a few amusing characters and smells in the air, interestingly enough. And one of the chants that they were doing, it was the legalised marijuana march, right? And one of the chants they were doing was, and I find it quite interesting that the Independent says, arrive at about 12. Like, not 12 sharp, at 12-ish. If you can, actually get up in time, that would be nice. Show up sometime today, and, we'll get together and have a walk. And one of them, during these marches, people sort of have these chants. And on this one, it was, what do we want? And people were going, and they were saying, when do we want it? And they were going, So let's take a couple of these calls now, because you seem to be keen. And it's, Pontypool. Pontypool. David.
Hello, Chris. Nick, sorry. How are you?
Great.
How is Creative Kev?
Fine.
Great. What do you think about the big ticket on the lottery?
I don't really know too much about it. Isn't that the show on now?
Yeah, it's absolute rubbish.
It's actually on at this moment.
Yep. Yeah, it is.
It's got that bloke who, he's like, sort of a young Chris Evans, isn't he? That's a blonde-headed bloke. And the old woman. What's her name?
Anthea Skinny Arms Turner.
Yes. Does she really have skinny arms?
Oh, yeah. Well, absolutely pathetic.
What, her arms or the programme?
The programme.
The programme.
It's worse than the usual programme.
Well, what's astonishing to me is that the BBC continue to get away with advertising. Advertising, that's what this is. It's a great big advert. How did they manage to do that? First of all, they shouldn't have the lottery show on the BBC at all. Those numbers should be dropping on ITV, not BBC. What the hell's the BBC doing, putting on a stupid game show like we don't have enough of those?
Well, I've got a plan, you see, Nick. The plan goes like this. Don't have the absolute rubbish show in the first place. Just have numbers come up. That's it. End the show. What does Creative Kev say about that?
Well, who cares?
Oh, don't be like that to Kev.
It's just the man who's running the board.
Where is he? Where's Kev?
Oh, blimey, I think we've got some sort of stalker here.
No,
would you like a picture of Kev?
He doesn't want a picture of me.
I want a picture of Kev.
I don't know. Kev seems to be getting more sex than any of the rest of the people in this building put together. Perhaps you would like a picture of Kev.
Excuse me?
Oh, that's disgusting.
Yeah, we took a poll last week, and he is streets ahead.
Nick, you're great as well.
Yeah, great as well. Thanks a lot, David. 0500 1053 89. It's a free one. I have light bulb jokes. I downloaded a little light... Well, don't look at me like that. A little light bulb jokes from the internet. What else is there on the internet but comedy that to nick from other people? Top 10 lists from David Letterman. That's where they get all this stuff. I'm thinking of one person in particular. And just a huge amount of tremendously interesting stuff. Some of which comes in pictures. Here's one in Newport, and it's a bloke called Paul.
Hi, Nick.
Oh.
All right. I want to talk about Batman movies, and I've got a song for you.
You have a song? Is this an original song?
Yeah, I just made it up now. Well, a couple of hours before.
Oh, a couple of hours. You've been working on it for a few hours. And the song, too.
Yeah, I have, actually. Yeah. And that as well.
Okay, and so the first thing was?
Batman movies.
Now, you understand, as soon as you came on, the entire rest of the board just dropped off. They're as upset with you as I am. Let me throw that number out again. 0500 1053 89.
Okay, but which one should I do first? Batman movies?
Well, I think we better end on the song, because that sounds like it would be a beautiful radio moment.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing song.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, first of all, Batman movies, I thought the first two were brilliant, with Michael Keaton. But then Batman Forever and the newest one, they're just terrible. They're just tripe, really. Because the first two were like gothic and interesting, looked scary. And the others were just, just like a comic book, terrible.
Batman movies are just like a comic book. Imagine
that.
Were.
Well, that's what they're saying they were. They're trying to make it too much like a comic, like Dick Tracy films,
Can I ask you about ice cream?
Ice cream?
Yes.
Yeah?
There's this study now that says eating ice cream makes you happy. Is that true or not?
Happy, no.
Not happy?
It gives me toothache, actually.
The Associates for Research into the Science of Enjoyment... What? The Associates for Research into the Science of Enjoyment say people who enjoy eating ice cream twice as likely to be happy than stressed.
Yeah.
When you eat ice cream, how do you like to eat it?
With a spoon.
Because Miriam, with a spoon, from the carton, with a spoon.
Yeah, well, with a big spoon, yeah, like a scoop spoon, yeah.
And do you just, now, do you take the spoon and put it in your mouth and then take it out clean, or do you, sort of mold it in your mouth and then take it out?
Like lick it inside of it.
And then you take it out and then you look at it.
Yeah.
And you see that it's sort of kind of melting in its own little pool of ice cream juice.
It looks lovely, really.
And then you put it back in and then you suck the juice off it. Yeah. And the mound of ice cream gets smaller and smaller.
Yeah, Nick, can I sing a song now then?
Oh, blimey. Yeah, okay, let's have it.
Okay.
Would you like a fanfare first?
Yeah, that'd be amazing.
Wouldn't it just? If only I could find one. Do you actually have a fanfare on this?
I think you do.
I don't think so, do we? We used to have.
Okay, here's a fanfare. This is all I can find.
Yeah. That's it.
Off you go.
Okay.
You missed your moment.
Look, Abbot, you're the best. You're sexier than the rest. You know you turn me on. Yeah, you're the best I ever know. Oh.
How old are you? Paul, wait, back up. How old are you, Paul?
15.
15.
Amazing.
Have your parents ever suggested therapy of any kind?
Well, they have, but I just said...
On that road. Well done. Good for you. Stand up for what you stand for, Paul.
You are sexy.
And
It's me again. Remember from last week? The week before I said you're the best now, and you said I'm weird. Well, you are sexy, though.
And no change there. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. I'm calling the police. Here is, blimey, she's probably got a complaint. Do we want to take her now? Elizabeth from Cheddar is on the board. She's going to be very upset because I'm guessing that Kev hasn't sent her a prize yet. Correct?
Well, it's kind of true. Well, no, actually, it's not true because I sent her a prize.
Don't be pointing at. Like you suddenly.
I'm pointing at the screen.
Suddenly you're losing your rag and you're starting with the pointing now.
No, but the thing is that I sent her a prize, but she didn't receive it. Therefore, I can't send her the prize again because I don't have it to send. So, as a result of that, I'll have to send her a new prize.
Yeah. Are you listening to this, Elizabeth?
Yeah, I'm all right, Nick. All right, my love?
He is going to hell, Elizabeth.
You keeping all right, Nick, everyone?
Yes, I am. I'm great. Now, I'm guessing that you're asking me whether I feel all right because last week you got straight into what it was you wanted to talk about, having not had a chat for a couple of weeks. And I said, never mind about, being nice and asking me how I am and having a little chit-chat first. You want to just get straight onto it. And so you've learnt your lesson, and now you're saying, now you're just being nice, aren't you?
No, don't worry about the prize. I know you send me another prize. And whenever it takes another week, I'll stay right on for it.
Now, what we originally were going to send you was a child's luminous musical instrument.
Yeah.
Right, so that is obviously lost in the post. Someone is enjoying that at home as I speak. Yeah. So we'll probably send you what we call a Talk Radio gift pack. What is that, Kev?
Well, the Talk Radio prize pack has
Is it a fun pack?
It is fun.
Is it?
Yes. It has some very interesting items within it.
Which are? Does one of those clocks come with it? I still haven't seen one of those clocks. Can I have one of those clocks?
I don't know the answer to that. They're quite smart, the clocks. I don't think you get one. Sicky, you don't get one in the prize pack, do you?
I don't think so.
No. Yeah, but you get a set of...
Sharp, pencil sharpener?
Yeah, you
a
get
sticker.
A sticker.
You get a car sticker. Do you have a car, Elizabeth? If not, we'll send you one.
I haven't got a car, no.
Okay, we'll send you a car.
You get a picture of Mike Allen.
Actually, we won't send her a car, will we? Just for the avoidance of doubt, we're not sending you a car. Okay.
Send me that prize, like the pencil sharpener clock. I'm sorry.
Well, we don't know about the clock. We can definitely probably rustle up. Definitely, probably, almost certainly, we don't know.
No, this something. I won't be mind what it is. It's talk counts, isn't it? What I wouldn't like.
We'll send you an empty envelope with a stamp on it. How's that?
I don't good of it. Oh, I rang up to talk about was the green TV green ticket.
The what?
You know the TV green tickets, like you win on the TV own show? That's on now?
Green?
Green tickets. On National Lottery, they got a new game going now, where you win on, like, scratch cards.
And they're green?
No, green tickets.
Dream. What?
Oh, dream tickets.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a dream ticket.
Yeah. What it is, I got 4 winning tickets. I kept that from a long time ago before I gave up the scratch card.
Yeah.
But my numbers didn't come up, but I can keep them so long as they're going, see?
Oh, wait a minute. I thought that you'd found Jesus and given up gambling because Jesus doesn't like a gambler.
No, well, they weren't my scratch cards. My mum bought them, and I scratched them all, but she paid for them. So my mum gave them to me, but I'm not a gambler, but mum gave them to me.
And so the first thing that you did was check whether they'd won.
No, I don't win nothing.
Exactly. So you checked whether you'd won.
No, I reckon there's a lot of odds, really, because there are over 100 numbers on there.
goes up to 96 numbers, I think. So you've got more chance on a tally lottery.
Yeah, but, yeah.
Nick.
So you're still hoping that you're going to win something with this, right?
Yeah, I hope so,
But which part of that isn't gambling?
Well, it's all right to gamble a little bit, but I'm mad on it, but I don't gamble like I used to, though, Nick.
I'd like to join your religion because it sounds like you're just making the rules up as you go along.
I'm a fashion slimmer, so I don't like to gamble.
We're on the radio to the fashion slimmer.
Who is coaching you in the background?
That's my brother, he's a famous boxer.
Famous?
Yeah, he's professional. He won 3 ABA championships, won the Betler Green, and he trained with Chris Banniger at Empire Bars at Bristol.
Well, would you mind doing me a favour, Elizabeth?
Yeah?
Would you tell him to shut up?
Be a bit quiet. Nick.
You chose your words really well.
When will I have my prize, please? I'm so disappointed. It's a shame. I look forward to the postman come every morning.
You do?
I get up early. I think the postman's going to bring me my prize for I won.
Elizabeth, can I ask you about this?
Yeah?
Ice cream. How do you eat ice cream?
Well, I don't eat ice cream much. I have low-fat ice cream.
Okay. Now, when you have the low-fat ice cream, how do you like to eat it?
I just eat it, like, from the dishes, like, I don't like a lot of ice cream.
You eat it straight from the dish?
With a spoon.
Oh, with a spoon?
Yeah.
Okay. And does low-fat ice cream actually melt into a puddle, or does it just, like, stand there like foam?
No, we've got a fridge freezer, so that keeps it. You remember what some today, actually, talking about ice cream? She bought some today for Sunday's tea.
You what?
You remember what some today for Sunday's tea for me and sister and that?
Oh, you're going to have some tomorrow for your tea? Well, that sounds like a beautiful family moment. If only they would shut up long enough to eat it.
Be quiet, Henry. Sorry, Nick.
Here, Elizabeth, we got to go. But, as usual, just absolutely extraordinary.
I think you're just jealous of me, that's all, because I'm on air, Nick. You should be like that to me, should he, Nick?
Give him a thwack.
Yeah, I'm on air, Nick. He shouldn't be like that, should he?
Just belt him one across the chops, Elizabeth.
Yeah, he said he apologised. He said he didn't know it was on air. No, he didn't know it was on air, Nick.
Can you just hit him for me, please?
Yeah.
Okay. An ambulance will be rushing to that scene, but for one or the other of them, or both, we're not sure. Either way, it was a call from the very bosom of the heartland of England. It was a little indication as to what family life is like in Middle England. A little scary. Shall I do a light bulb joke into the whatever it is we're about to do now? Hey, Elizabeth, we'll send you something in the post, all right, my dear?
When will it be here, please?
When will it be there? We're going to send you some ice cream in the post. As soon as you see the postman walking up your drive, I want you to close your eyes and stick your tongue out.
I know you're joking. This time what are you going to send me?
I don't know. It's completely down to Kev, and so we'll blame him. All right, gotta go.
All right, bye, Nick. God bless.
What a wonderful woman. Okay, how many actors does it take to change a light bulb? 9. 1 to climb the ladder and change it, and 8 to stand around grumbling. That should be me up there.
Nick Abbot.
What's this? Groovy thing.
It is groovy, isn't it?
Yeah. Where's my shaking plum? Oh, I know what this is. It's Shaft.
It's got a sample of Shaft in it. Yeah.
By Isaac Hayes, who is the voice of Chef on South Park, which starts tonight on Sky One, which we're not supposed to say because that's an advert. Yes. Sorry about that. But it made me laugh. Lots, actually. It made me laugh more. And people will see it probably this evening because I've been going on about it. And they'll say, they may say, meh. What is that? He's been going on about. Trust me, watch it over and over again, and because I find myself bursting out laughing walking down the street. In retrospect, I find it funnier than when I'm actually watching it. It's and especially the Christmas edition. When I guess you'll have to wait a long time for that, unless they show it out of season.
I don't.
But no, because being in the business, we have preview tapes, which you can't have, don't ask. But the Christmas edition is by far the weirdest Christmas show you'll ever see in your life.
What's it about, Nick?
It's twisted. Mr. Hankey. That's all I'm telling you.
I saw the first episode of it, and I know you say it takes a while, but I really laughed at the first episode. It was very fun.
0500 1053 89. It's free calls. Talk Radio. I'm Nick Abbott. And what have we got? Full Metal Jacket, the lottery show, a story about a German swimming team. Kylie Minogue and a light bulb joke. Which shall we have? There seems to be one stinking line free. How does that happen? We've only got 6 lines. Is that line broken? We had 2 lines broken last week. Oh, by the way, the BBC, a pox on the BBC. May their entrails shrivel and cause them grief. Who saw the funny part of the Oscars? Hands up who saw the funny part of the Oscars.
Which part?
Okay, now put your hands down if you watched the edited highlights on BBC One, because they cut it out. Unbelievable. Billy Crystal comes on and does one of the funniest things I've ever seen. He comes on and does the filmed bit, spoofing all of the movies. They showed that. Because I taped it overnight and watched about the first 15 minutes or so. And then, because people were around, I said, you've got to see this. This is hilarious. When they showed the edited thing at about 10 o'clock the next night. And they chopped it out. I couldn't believe it. Because after the filmed insert, where if you were watching the edited highlights, there was that really bad edit. There was this, he went into this big song number, which also spoofed all 5 of the pictures up for Best Oscar, which was one of the funniest things I've ever seen. The BBC decided to drop it. It was the last programme, probably, that they were going to be showing that night, apart from, how to knit cheese on the Open University, whatever the hell it is they show after midnight. And so it wasn't... Why chop 5 minutes out of a programme that lasts 2 hours just so you can get... just so it can finish at 12:30 instead of 12:35. That's insane to me. I don't understand that. Especially as the funny part was the bit right at the beginning. If it was the bit right at the end, well, no one's actually going to see it anyway. And I believe Robin Williams came on to take his prize almost at the very end, which is insane. Who's going to... Because in America, the show goes out live. It's 4 hours long, and I think it overran by half an hour. And so who do they bring on last? Robin Williams. Who on the face of the planet do you want to continue to speak and not shut up? The red light does not go on for Robin Williams. Can you think of anybody who could be funnier off the top of his head? The answer is no. So you don't put him on last, you put him on first. Insanity. So, Yabu sucks to the BBC. I hate them.
Yabu sucks?
Yeah.
How old are you?
At least as old mentally as most of these callers. Here's one in London, and it's a bloke called Matt.
Nick.
Matt.
Got a light bulb joke.
Now, have we had this checked yet? We have had it checked. Okay, go ahead, sir.
How many male chauvinists did it change a light bulb?
Right, didn't I tell this one last week?
Oh, did you?
I think so, yes.
Oh, something else then, about the ice cream.
About the ice cream. Okay, how do you eat ice cream?
I'm not on about that.
Okay.
I've got a little trick for you. It's the old excuses again, getting down the pub about the missus are wearing thin, yeah?
Go on.
Right. You know the 9.5 weeks film?
Yeah.
You seen it?
Uh-oh. Where's this going?
Oh, no, listen, it's not too bad. If you keep me on, it's not too bad. It's a good bit of tip, yeah? You want to spend the night with the missus?
Dump that. Did you dump that?
No, but you did.
I did.
Yeah.
Because I've been down that road before. I know.
Have you really?
Yes. I know to take that one off the air. No way, Jose. Thanks anyway, though, Matt. You're a loser, baby, so why don't we dump you? 0500 1053 89. So to recap, he puts ice cream all over his missus.
No.
And the rest of the story as we return.
Nick Abbott on Talk Radio.
Is this one that you've edited, or do I have to do it by hand?
I thought you could do it manually.
Yes. Yes.
A little late. She goes.
Yes.
She goes.
Yes.
I wonder if she'll call tonight.
No.
That's what I thought. Probably drunk.
No.
Oh no, she's given up the booze, hasn't she?
No.
She says, booze. Oh, you got to have a laugh. 0500 1053 89, Talk Radio, Nick Abbott, and here is a call about Full Metal Jacket, which we seem to have been talking about for weeks on this show now. It's a bloke called Stephen in London.
Right, Nick.
How's it going?
You talked a lot about how much you like that film and that character of the sergeant. I agree it's a good film, but did you know that character and some of his dialogue is copied from another film?
It is?
Yeah, have you seen An Officer and a Gentleman?
A long time ago, wasn't it just on?
Yeah, it was on this week. I saw a bit of it for the first time.
Yeah.
And there's a similar character played by an actor called Lou Gossett Jr.
Yeah.
And this film was made 5 years before Full Metal Jacket, and there's a scene where he's like sort of meeting the recruits for the first time, and he's shouting at them. And there was one particular line which turned up in Full Metal Jacket word for word.
Now, can I stop you right there?
There's no bad language, don't worry.
Oh, okay.
He asks one recruit, where are you from? And they say Oklahoma, and he says only 2 things come out of Oklahoma.
Okay, stop. Well, he didn't stop. He was a runaway express train.
And can I just say...
It was runaway steers, man.
I'm sure that no element of An Officer and a Gentleman was actually copied deliberately in Full Metal Jacket.
That's
I'm sure, Stephen, you are incorrect when you say that.
Kev's just trying to cover his arse and take a huge, expansive tarpaulin to do that.
Thanks, mate.
Okay, thanks for the snooze, Stephen.
Hello? Am I still on there?
Yes, but it's time to say goodbye.
Yeah, I've got a light bulb joke.
Oh, your light bulb joke. Have we checked this through there?
No, it is clean. It is clean.
Oh, but is it funny?
It is.
Clean we're not worried about. Funny, that's what we want.
It is.
I'm going to put you on hold. Yeah. He's on 6. Check that joke for humour content while we pause for a thought. And time is running out. Come on, how long does it take? Whoops, wrong one. How long does it take to listen to a light bulb joke? And the thumb goes up. Stephen.
Hi. Okay, how many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Stephen. How many psychiatrists does it take to change a light bulb?
1, but the light bulb has to want to change.
Better late than never. Thanks a lot, mate. 0500 1053 89. How many, Can I do the feminists one? It was actually lesbians. I'll do it then. I'll do it as feminists.
If you whisper, by the way, it's a microphone. Your voice is processed.
It is?
Yeah, so you sound louder.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So that came across as a shout, not a whisper to a cry, or wherever that goes. A whisper to a scream, as George Michael said, or somebody. Is George Michael a screamer or a whisperer? Don't answer that question. 0500 1053 89. It's a free one. And here, as we desperately try to restrain ourselves, is a bloke in Brighton called Rob.
Hello.
Rob.
Yeah, just as an aside, the Full Metal Jacket thing.
Yes.
The guy who plays a drill instructor in Full Metal Jacket was a drill instructor, and he actually used some of the lines.
Yeah, that's right, yes.
Yeah, so it's probably not a rip-off either way.
No, we don't think so here.
No.
We're not prepared to say that on the air, no.
No. As far as Kylie Minogue goes...
Kylie Minogue?
Yeah. Are you aware that he, sorry, that sounds really pompous, are you aware?
Are you aware?
Yeah. You know your trail for is it Access All Areas?
Yeah.
And it's Kyle's on Sunday?
Right.
And, you've been saying from 6 o'clock tomorrow, from about Wednesday?
Yeah.
So, I've been getting up, because I'm a bit of a late riser, I've been getting up deliberately just to listen to Kyle's, and, it's not been on.
Oh, good.
I mean, that's terrible, Rob.
Yeah.
Really, so we've been screwing up and playing the wrong thing. It should have been coming up at 6 on,
Well, Sunday, really.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about that, Rob.
They made me miss The Simpsons the other day, especially.
I would sue our arse into a black hole in space if I were you.
All right, then.
How many fishermen does it take to change a light bulb?
Don't know.
5. And you should have seen the bulb. It must have been this big. How many feminists? Oh, let's do one other first. How many bureaucrats does it take to change a light bulb? 2. 1 to screw it in and 1 to screw it up. And how many feminists does it take to change a light bulb? 4. 1 to change it and 3 to hold a forum on how the light bulb is exploiting the socket. What the hell was that? The balls haven't even dropped yet, and that man knows what is actually going to happen. That's the most bizarre thing. We not only make the news, we predict it. He was making it up.
The balls have dropped.
They have?
The BBC have put their balls on early.
He must be watching TV. They couldn't have got the news that quick. Doesn't it drop at 8?
It used to. Hold on. Let me,
turn the TV on.
Oh, it's on now.
It's over.
Oh, nobody told me.
Well, the show's over now.
Yeah, apparently.
Well, what time do they drop?
It must be before 8.
Can you still buy your tickets after 8? That'd be great.
Let's find out.
Yes.
So, did you win?
I wasn't listening. I only I was listening for how many people they were going to say were on the march. Probably like, 7.
Sick boy, the balls have dropped. Can you find out the numbers, please?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
I'm going to check it out.
Thanks.
It's probably the only time that Sick Boy's been told that balls have dropped.
I'm sure that's the case.
That's not true, no.
It's Talk Radio Satellite Weather.
Is it?
Oh, that's correct then.
Yeah. What is?
Yeah, well, you know the guy who phoned up saying we were playing the wrong trail? He was wrong.
He was wrong?
Yeah.
If in doubt, the complainant is incorrect.
Oh, we just checked it out using all this technology, and he's wrong.
Can you do me a favour and turn the TV off now?
Okay. Oh, it's Angus Deaton. What's he doing?
He's a very popular man. Don't tell people that he's on. Shh.
Kylie's on the station tomorrow, Nicky Horn.
She's on Nicky Horn tomorrow?
Well, I was talking to Nicky this week, and he says it's great, because for the first time, this very attractive young lady who's the same height as me.
Really?
Yeah, so he was thrilled about that. Talk Radio Satellite.
Talking of height, I went to see Page and Plant.
Ooh.
Do we have any heavy metal music? Wow, it's all dance music on this station, isn't it?
It is not.
It is. This is your 24-hour dance music experience. Like Peter Mandelson would say, it's your dance music experience. Oh, my eye's going funny.
Never mind.
No, I went to see Page and Plant, the old Led Zeppelin people. Find some heavy metal music.
Get some heavy metal.
Damn it. And it was like Invasion of the Tall People. I have never seen anything like it in my life. Either the stage sloped up, the floor sloped up towards the stage, or everybody in there was 6'2". It was just incredible. I'm 5'10", and I couldn't see a thing at all. And you sort of move around in the audience to try and get
5'10".
What is it? Wait, what?
You are not 5'10".
Well, how tall do you think I am?
That makes me about 6'8".
Shut up! I'm 5'10".
You're not 5'10".
I am 5 feet 10 inches.
Okay. Talk Radio Satellite Weather tonight.
Have I finished speaking about Page and Plant yet?
Go on then.
And so, if you can't see in an audience, you just try and move from here. How tall are you?
6.
Oh yeah, right.
1. I'm taller than you.
Only when you're lying down you're 6'1".
Excuse me, okay, stand up then.
Oh, now it's like...
But 2 feet taller than you are, at least.
Now he's asking me out. But not in that way. Thank God.
Thanks.
Now, Page and Plant, it was just incredible. It's as I said elsewhere, it's not milk that makes you grow up to be big and strong. It's listening to Led Zeppelin. It was like going to see a gig in Holland. It was bizarre. Everyone was at least 8 feet tall.
Oh, was it a good gig?
It was fantastic. It was better than good. It was marvellous. Can we play Kashmir now?
How long's that going for?
From memory, 8 minutes 40, something like that.
Yeah, why not?
Or Houses of the Holy, or Custard Pie. Let's play Trampled Underfoot. I don't believe that... I arrived about 20 minutes in, and I don't believe they did anything from Physical Graffiti at all. Is this what we're talking about now?
No, it's Talk Radio Satellite Weather.
Right.
Tonight, England and Wales will be mostly dry with clear periods, although there'll be a change...
Where are my effects?
They're right there.
Idiot.
There will be a chance of patchy fog in places. England, Northern Ireland remain cloudy with patchy rain.
You're reading this too fast.
There's a maximum.
So, wait a minute. Although there will be a chance of patchy fog in places, Scotland and Northern Ireland will remain cloudy with patchy rain.
Maximum temperature of 9 degrees Celsius. And a minimum temperature of 4 degrees Celsius.
Oh, 4.
You don't spell Celsius like that, by the way, Seki. Tomorrow, a warm day in prospect for the whole of the British Isles.
It was absolutely beautiful today, wasn't it?
It's too darn hot. It's too darn hot.
What a great start to spring, because the clocks go...
Forward.
Backwards.
Forward.
Backwards.
Forward.
Backwards.
Forward.
The clocks go... backwards.
Go forward. No, look, there's a big... Look, read that thing in front of you.
And so you get an extra hour.
No, you lose an hour. You lose an hour. How
can you lose an hour? To lose a couple of minutes is careless. But to lose an hour, that's just ridiculous, Kev. A warm day in Prospect, the whole of British Isles. That's where you were.
There we go. England, Wales,
Stevie.
The southern half of Scotland will be cloudy. Bright intervals between showers.
The sun has got his hat on. Hip, 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 hooray! The sun has got his hat on and he's coming out today.
Northern Ireland and Northern Scotland will also be cloudy. But with rain at times. In places. No risk at all of thunder or lightning.
Yeah.
Maximum temperature 18 degrees Celsius.
18? What? Say it again.
18.
Unbelievable. How much is that in proper temperature? Double it and add 32 is 18.
Oh, it's about 300.
Two 18s are 54 and 32. My God, that's over 100 degrees.
And a minimum temperature of 12 degrees Celsius.
Hallelujah!
Hello?
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 Yes.
What's going on?
You're going off.
No, there's going to be a new award for show with the scariest listeners, and you've already won it.
That was quick. I get told that a lot. What is this show about? Do you know what this show's about, Eddie? See, there it is. There's the answer in a nutshell. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me. Hit me. It's me, Benny. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly. Hit me quick. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
I'm really into paperclips. There's so many sizes and varieties.
Really? Well, it's not the size that counts, Jeff. Or at least that's what people with really small paperclips say.
Nick Hours.
La 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 la.
I've got your losing numbers.
My losing numbers. Where is my my thing?
Oh, that's what we
show moments. Oh, it's not on there.
No, because the computer system crashed during Scott Chisholm's program last week.
It did. Scott broke the computer. Scott broke the computer.
Okay.
I can't believe I just did that.
You go up to Scott and sing that to him.
Yes. Only behind 3 panes of glass.
Yeah. So I had to, rebuild it, practically, by myself. No help at all from anyone else. And as a result of that, it's not perfect.
Right. So the only thing I have now is the effect, the only sort of right or wrong thing. I either have Carol McGiffin going...
Yeah.
And...
No.
And we all know which is going to be used most. Or we have the... I think I'm going to use the Carol McGiffin.
Oh.
Or I'll use Lorraine.
Hello?
Will be... No, correct will be...
Right.
And wrong, I don't have her saying wrong. Oh, no, right will be a sarcastic.
Right.
Right. And if I get a number right, she'll say...
Oh, good.
Or...
Yeah.
No, yeah will be when you're leaving too long between the numbers, and this is to hurry you up.
Yeah.
Come on.
All right. Let me just line something up here. You ready? Go ahead.
And can I just first of all say, by the way...
Hello?
I don't think we've introduced ourselves, have we?
No.
We should go around our little crowd and say who's who.
My name is Ian Collins.
But we seem to be one short.
Yeah, he's doing something.
What?
He's waxing his trunk.
Waxing his trunk, that's what I thought. And he'll be in the bathroom for a while. Yes.
28.
28. What? What? 28? That's the first number.
That's the first
Are you doing
number.
this in numerical order?
Yes, I am. Oh, sorry, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. These are in the wrong order. Hold on. Oh, you could have got me the numbers in the right order.
Oh, blimey. You sure you can do that on your own? Or do you need the computer to help
Oh, that's
you?
not right. Okay, here we go. You ready?
Yes.
11.
11?
Yeah.
Oh, no, wait, no.
I can't remember now.
Yes, it goes... Right, yeah.
Okay. 13.
Ooh.
Oh, good.
Hey!
I got one.
23.
Right.
I've only got 2 numbers that I could possibly have to win a tenner. You understand that I play this stupid game every week, and I've won £10 twice, which makes me such a colossal loser. I don't know how I live with myself.
No, anyone would live with you either. 28.
Oh, damn it! 27 I've got.
Right.
29.
I didn't say anything.
37.
37. I have 38. This game sucks.
Wait for it.
Yes.
The bonus ball?
Who cares what the bonus ball is?
8.
8. I haven't got that either. Painful. I'm so depressed.
Can you take a break, please?
Oh, can we? Please. Wait a minute. Before we do that, let's have some stupid news. Let's take some of these stories at random. I'll take one from the pile that I haven't looked at and one from the pile that I have. Okay. Here's one, the ones I haven't read. So it's not funny, don't blame me. A man working on his roof in... A man working on his roof in Cape Town, South Africa, told his son to tie his safety rope to something secure. He was pulled off and suffered a broken leg and ribs when his wife took the car out.
That's not funny.
And New York cops got burglar Raymond Charman to confess by putting a colander on his head and convincing him it was a lie detector.
Nick Abbott on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1033 89.
I was reading a rag mag on the tube as I was coming in, and some people from out of town. Don't you hate that? I mean, looked over and said, they didn't think that I was hearing them. And they said, look, it's that. Oh, that's really funny. And I was like, completely stony-faced. And they said, yeah, it was really great. And they looked over at me and said, it doesn't seem to be laughing very much. And I went red. But there is one joke that, and I'm scanning through. By the way, you've seen college rag mags and university rag mags, right? Yeah. Why do they insist on printing jokes? Why can't they just and who's been waiting the longest? Blimey, these people have been waiting forever. What have we been doing? Here's one in Basildon. Jim.
Hi, Nick. How are you?
Jim. All right.
Good. I was ringing up about the lottery programme that was on earlier.
Yeah.
I've seen some pretty bad programmes on the BBC, but this one really
took the biscuit. Really? What was the premise? Because I'm working, so I didn't see it.
Yeah, there seems to be 4 sort of teams of people, one sort of minor celebrity and one sort of member of the public, and they've got to sort of do these sort of like gladiator games.
Really?
But sort of not as taxing, not as tough as the gladiator games would be, but sort of easier versions of those sort of games. And they all run around a lot, and the 2 presenters are just the worst people on TV. I mean, they must be really embarrassed. I know they're doing it for the money, and fair enough, they probably get very well paid, but it really is just the worst thing ever. It's just dreadful.
And so let's, for the avoidance of doubt, let's say who those 2 presenters are. It's Emma Noble. What's her name?
Anthea Turner.
Anthea Turner, yes.
She is.
One of those. One of the kind of interchangeable.
Natural, and she's just so unnatural. it's just terrible, you know. And there's a fellow there called Patrick Kilty as well.
Yeah.
And he's okay. I mean, he's doing what he can, but I mean, they must be very embarrassed. That's all I can say.
But Patrick Kilty, he had his own sort of. I can't remember quite what the premise of his show was, and he burst on the scene from absolutely nowhere, and I thought he did pretty well on the show that he had on Channel 4.
He comes from a TV family.
He does.
A lot of these guys do, and I think his dad used to be big in BBC Northern Ireland, and he seems to have got his break from there, really.
And I thought he did. I thought he did pretty well.
Yeah, he's not bad.
Blimey, he's shouting at me now, Jim.
But yeah, he's not the worst by any means. He's not the worst. But the programme itself was just. It was just terrible. It really was. I'll be surprised if it's ever on again, but I suppose it will be.
Yeah, well, no, almost certainly, because too much loss of face now, because everybody's been screaming at the BBC that they even have the nerve to show it in the first place. Yeah. So they couldn't possibly take it off after the first one.
And something that people should remember about these scratch cards is, you know, when you buy your regular lottery ticket, when you get your 6 numbers or whatever, 30p of your pound goes to charity. Well, on these...
Is that all?
Yeah.
30p?
I mean, 30p. I
thought it was at least 50p.
No, I think it's 30. I might be wrong, but I read somewhere it was 30. With these scratch cards, only 8p goes to charity.
Really?
Yeah.
Where does the rest go?
Camelot or whoever, you know.
Yeah.
You know, whoever.
I think it's 50. I think 50p goes on prize money. So 50 pence of my money is going to those.
Yeah.
So probably somebody who lives in a tower block who say that they're winning 10 million won't change their lives.
I know. I don't do the lottery anymore because I've lost so many times that I've just sort of given up on it, and now I get more fun. Because I use the same numbers every week anyway, I have more fun actually watching the numbers, to see if my regular numbers do come up, and when they don't, I'm always relieved because I've saved myself a quiz. It's sad, really. But
yes, it sounds a little. It sounds like you should try getting out more, Jim.
Yeah, I should do, really. That's true enough. But well, I've got a light bulb joke. I actually changed the light bulb today, and I didn't ask for any help. I did it myself, which was quite an achievement.
So, how many Jims does it take to change a light bulb?
Just the one.
One.
Just the one. Well, there's a light bulb at the top of the stairs, so it was a little bit trickier than.
Is this the joke?
Light bulb in the living room, you know.
Is this the joke?
No.
Oh, right.
No, but it's not a very funny one.
Okay, well, then we don't want to know.
Oh, you don't? All right, fair enough, then. Fair enough.
Well, now we do.
Oh, you do you? All right. Well, it's not actually my joke. It's Curly Watts' joke. He was interviewed in 442 magazine this week.
Curly Watts it?
Curly Watts at a Coronation
Oh,
Street.
right.
Yeah. And he's a big Man City supporter. And he hates Man United, and he says, how many Man United fans does it take to change a light bulb?
Jim, I don't know how many...
He says, well, does it really matter? As long as you change it every half an hour, it costs 45 quid, and it's a different colour. So, he didn't laugh after he told it, so I don't think I should either.
Me either. Let's
Are you the same Nick who's on Channel 5 on the sports programme with Chris Hollins?
No, and I never heard of him.
Oh, right, fair enough. Beg your pardon. But yeah, the lottery thing, it's a bit of... I've got some friends who live in Ireland, and I go and see them sometimes, just occasionally, and they have a scratch card game, and the biggest prize on there is $500,000. Now, there's only 3 million people living in Ireland, I think, or 5 million, I think. Something like that. There's 56 million people living here. Why is the top prize on the scratch card only 100,000?
Jim, I neither know nor care, because I'll never do the scratch cards. I want to win the 10 million.
Oh, do you?
Given the choice. Thanks a lot, mate. How do you spot a hopeless manager, by the way, Kev? A book certain to commend itself to whinging workforces everywhere is headed for the bestseller list. The Psychology of Managerial Incompetence offers workers the chance to determine whether their boss is a kipper, a seagull, or just plain deranged. So they put their bosses into different categories. Would you like to know what those categories are?
Yes, please.
Kippers, according to Adrian Furnham, the author of this book and professor of psychology at the London... Oh, blimey, he's a psycho. Kippers are two-faced and gutless. Seagulls are the sort who fly in, dump on the workers, and fly out again. Yet those are not the worst. The professor thinks employees should be on their guard for managers who are taking leave of their senses. Professor Furnham writes, some managers are not only incompetent, they are pathologically deranged and mentally unstable. Their style and decisions are often based on they're often based more on gratifying neurotic needs than making reasoned decisions. Neurotic, paranoid, and with delusions of grandeur, they can easily lead an organization to destruction. His book, subtitled A Skeptic's Dictionary of Modern Organization Issues, catalogues methods used by managers to disguise their inadequacies. All, he says, should be read as means of avoiding decisions and change. In the temper tantrum method, the boss goes apoplectic with rage, starts swearing, appears insulted or outraged, and may even weep with indignation. Such displays, the professor diagnoses, are intended to distract others from the real issue, which is that the boss has no idea what to do. More pleasant, yet equally frustrating, is the I'm glad you called method, where any kind of suggestion is met with a change of subject. In the professor's hush-hush method, the manager takes the person who has made a suggestion to one side and whispers, do you think that's wise? An alternative is the clarification method, when an employee has an idea which the boss cannot handle, and he is constantly asked for more information, however pointless, until he abandons the notion. Another subterfuge the book exposes is the double talk method, in which the house management jargon is used to exclude new ideas from unwelcome sources. Kind of like stuff that's not on message. Mandy. Should that fail, there remains the denial method, in which the manager simply denies that any kind of change is needed. So I think we better change and take a break now, Kev, don't you think?
No, I don't think we need to do that.
Nick Abbott
should be blown off this earth, basically.
What is this music, by the way? Where the hell did this come from?
This is your heavy metal.
Is it?
White Zombie.
White Zombie?
Yeah, it's loud, isn't it?
It's not heavy enough. Oh. Now it's heavy. Does the thing go...
No, that's Pantera you're thinking of.
Yeah. And Sepultura and all those... my throat really hurts now. I'm doing it for about a second. How do they keep that up?
Have you just got that fax?
No, I'm reading one which I started last week. This genuine contestants' answers from the ITV game show Family Fortunes.
Oh, this one again.
Hilarious. So, not now. This will have to be later. I'll do that into a break. Right. Blimey, this person's been waiting an hour. Is that possible? Aid.
Oh, Nick.
Have you been waiting an hour?
No, I ain't waited an hour.
It said 58 minutes on my screen here. How long have you been waiting?
How long is it? Oh, how long I've been waiting? About 10 minutes.
Steady. 10 minutes. Okay, I'll put you back on hold. What an idiot. A bloke in London who's been waiting like 40 minutes. Ray, you're on Talk Radio.
Oh, hello there, Nick. How are you?
I'm all right, thanks.
I'm good. I'm good as well. Yeah, I've got a good story for you. I was reading in New Science, a little booklet with New Scientist came this week. It's got some funny stories in it, and you'll like this one. It says, did you know that in preparation for 1976 Olympics, German swimmers suffered the indignity of having 1.8 litres of air pumped into their colons to improve buoyancy?
What?
Yep. Thompson says it apparently helped front crawl and backstroke specialists, but a breaststroker complained that the gas-filled gut caused his feet to stick out of the water.
You would think it would aid propulsion, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know how they keep it in, but perhaps sports authorities need to test for flatus as well as steroids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They could always inspect them with a lighter. Yes.
Yeah. And you know you were talking about Apocalypse Now?
Yes.
Have you seen the documentary on it?
Heart of Darkness, yeah.
Heart of Darkness. So
yes.
Have you been talking about that?
No.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'll talk about that then.
Go ahead.
Yeah, it's brilliant, yeah, because during the making of the film, all the helicopters they used were actually being used in a real-life war at the time. And so the Filipino army had to keep on getting their helicopters back.
So, excuse me, mister, can we have our helicopters back?
Yeah, to kill people for real, like, yeah. And also, what's his name? Martin Sheen, he had a heart attack during the film.
That's right.
Because he was smoking too much and he's been really unfit.
It was having a fag.
Yeah, that's right. And at the start, that bit where he goes Uncle Nutsy on everyone and he starts punching the mirror.
Uncle Nutsy?
that was all for real.
That's right, he really got really steaming drunk to do that. And it really looks like he did too.
Yeah, they just said, well, we'll put the cameras on, do what you want, and we'll stick it in the film.
Yeah. And I think he really gashed himself severely by banging into the mirror. I think they had to take him to the hospital to have his hand stitched.
Oh,
is that not right?
Yeah, that's right, because it was blood, isn't it? Yeah, it was real blood. And also, what's his name? Marlon Brando, he turned up really fat, and he wasn't supposed to be. He was supposed to be really thin.
That's right.
Because the whole idea of this bloke in the book, and he was supposed to have read the book as well, but he never bothered his arse. And because this bloke's supposed to be a real evil, gaunt, sort of haggard, starving character.
Yeah.
And he turned up, and he'd been eating loads of food, and he's really fat. And they said, what's going on? And he said, well, you know, and they said, have you read the book? He said, oh, no.
I said, what do you want for $1 million? Yeah.
And they'd given him $1 million or something up front, and he said, oh, I don't know if I want to do it now. And
he doesn't even learn his lines. He has somebody put up a cue card, and he just reads them off him.
During that film?
Well, during all films. Apparently that's his technique, that he doesn't ever learn his lines. He reads them anew while he's actually on the... while he's actually on the screen. So that way, he's saying them as though he's just thinking them. Because actually he is. But that's quite right, and that's why they filmed him in that amazing kind of... Now, I'm going to get this word wrong. Is it chiaroscuro? That kind of light and dark...
What?
That shade and light, that sort of...
Oh, you've been to university.
Yes, but not... I skipped Italian, so I screwed up there. But it's that Caravaggio thing, that light and dark thing. The most amazing lighting when Marlon Brando first appears.
Yeah, you don't see his face. It's all very symbolic, isn't it?
Yeah, you can just see the top of his head or his nose and his chin. And that's because they wanted to hide the fact that he was such a blob.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, and also, the lottery. I do exactly the same as that bloke who was there before. I play it every week, but I don't actually buy the ticket.
Well, that's mad.
I have my own numbers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and I just watch it. And if they do come up, I'm really happy, even though I haven't actually won any money. You know, it's just the fun of watching it.
You're getting crazier every word you speak.
Have you got any questions for me, like a quiz or something?
Yeah. What do they put on that scares the hell out of the slopes?
I don't know.
Wagner, put on Wagner, man.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah. No, I was hoping you had a quiz prepared that I could do.
Okay. Let's, it'll have to be something about Apocalypse Now, and you have to finish this quote. It'll be,
Okay. Make it the what? No, okay.
Charlie, don't! Yes, Charlie, don't surf is the correct answer. We're going to send this man a prize in the post. He's on 4. Well done. Good call. We are actually going to take him. Sick boy. Are you doing that now? I'm going to send him a prize in the post. I'm going to send him some anthrax, actually. We've got a package from Iraq. Watch for it at your door. 0500 1053 89. It's a free call. It's talk radio. I forgot to ask him how he eats his ice cream. Was anybody actually interested in doing this? We should have a survey on how people eat their ice cream. How do you eat your ice cream, Kev?
How do you mean?
Which part of that sentence didn't you understand?
Well, usually, I don't eat ice cream much, but I'll open the Häagen-Dazs or something like that.
What?
I don't know.
Just as long as you don't mention any brand names on the air. Do you work here?
I have no idea why I said that. What's going on?
Okay, stop speaking. Here is one in London.
What is wrong with me?
Pete, you're on talk radio. Okay, no, there's a kid. He's 17 years old, it says on my screen. You 17? He's gone. He spent 35 minutes on Saturday night to do that. Oh, please, I mean, you're at the peak of your life. Get out there and, do something. Or someone. One of the two. Here is one in Surrey. It's a chap called Simon.
Hi, Andy.
It's Simon from Surrey.
All right, mate.
All right.
I just want to say, I love Aid. He's just so funny. Well, you just cut him off. Is he still there, waiting?
I don't know. Let's...
Do you want to check? Because I feel sorry for him.
How do you get two people up on this board at the same time, by the way? Because if I punch one, I'm going to lose you. Kev, that's a direct question.
Okay, how do you do that? Sigboy, go in there and put another call on here for him.
Now, just tell me how you do it.
Well, I can't tell you from here because I can't see your board. Shut up, Simon.
What you do is push this one here.
Conf?
Yeah, conf.
Oh, we're going to have a conference.
And then we put them all together.
Are you still there, Aid?
Like families.
You understand why he's not on here?
They're like families, but not happy. Aid! Oh, I think he's probably on the other fader. Aid.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, cool, okay.
I better be going there.
Now, you two are regulars.
Oh, you're right, mate. How you doing?
You too. That's a pop group, isn't it?
Simon hates you, Aid.
I don't. I love Aid. I think he's great.
With a passion. I think...
I hate cyclists.
Cyclists?
Yeah,
I'm going to get to you in a minute, Aid, okay?
Yeah, can I just have to start with a question?
Yeah, go for it, Aid.
Do you have a sex change?
Aid just scored, everybody!
Can I have one, or do I want one?
Oh, please!
Yeah, well, we can get it together.
This is a beautiful radio moment. There's a possibility that you two might live happily ever after.
Oh, please!
Come on, Simon. It's just a small. He's just asking you to do something small.
I know.
Are you attached to it?
I'll get the plastic bag later.
Okay, cool.
We'll think about it. Anyway, cheers, Aid. Thanks. Yeah, I'm completely lost for words.
Put Aid back on hold. How do I unconference this now?
Oh, sick boy.
No. I need the first bit.
Okay, carry on, Simon.
Okay, is someone wandering around, sick boy?
Yeah, he's in here.
Is he really ugly?
No, sick boy is, he's pretty good looking. Kev is the...
Hey!
Kev's the one that really lets the side down, yet he seems to be the one that scores all the time. How the hell does that work?
Do you know how much trouble I got into for the last week, by the way?
They feel sorry for him.
For your little survey escapade.
Oh,
and I actually said that.
Your wife and your mistress was listening? What is one of these jokes in the Ragman? It was about the mistress. What do you call... What's the definition of a mistress?
Go on.
It's something that gets between a mister and a mattress. I like that one. Sick boy is confused.
Yeah, I think you press it again.
Press that again.
Edicts and...
Okay.
Blame.
And... Okay, well, nothing seems to have happened, but that I can live with that. Okay.
But you press that, press comp, and then one of the numbers.
You seem to be speaking too much.
Sorry, I'll go away.
Yes. Simon.
Hiya, mate. Yes, cyclist. I go really, rude word on the off.
Cyclists?
Yeah, you know when they cycle at night and they don't have lights on?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they're asking to be hit.
I like those little flashy lights.
I just don't like cyclists who cycle 2 abreast in the road or 3 abreast in the road, take up the whole road. Cyclists who go on the bloody path.
You don't like three-breasted cyclists? Is that what you just said?
No, cyclists, yes. No, I'm confused. I just don't like cyclists, basically.
Aid, you still there?
Yeah, why?
Simon...
Aid, what do you think of cyclists?
Simon's not going to have the sex change for you, but he does have 3 breasts.
Well, cyclists might mess your car when they get wrapped around your bumper, don't they?
You too, really. You should go out for a drink sometime.
Oh, please. When?
I don't know. How about next Saturday night while I'm on?
Which one are you on, though?
Oh, please.
Which one are you on?
Please.
Okay.
Simon, let's do you, and then we'll...
Oh, do me?
And then
please.
and then you can go ahead and...
Do what I want?
Yes. Okay, well, so that's it, right?
Cyclists
the cyclist
really
thing.
wick me off.
Okay.
And that is really... And I just wanted to get my anger and frustration...
Well, it sounds like you've done it.
I've done it. Nick?
Talk about frustrating, yes.
Cheers.
Okay, bye-bye. 0500 1053 89. I don't know. Do we want to take Aid now? They're too much of a muchness. They're one and the same person.
Yeah.
They're almost joined at the head. Aid.
What?
I think we're going to have to put you back on hold.
Yeah, leave me for about another hour.
Yeah, okay. There he is. Cut off mid-sentence. What's the time? 8:37. I've never read the time before. Why did I just do that? Let's read the weather.
Who are you, by the way? What radio station is this?
Ask me another one now.
Okay.
It's Talk Radio. It's 10:53, 10:89 a.m.
You're Nick Abbott.
And that's it, yeah.
And you're Nick Abbott. We had a fax. You can fax us, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
0541 59 69 79. If they're good, we'll put them on the air.
Yeah, all your free material is gratefully received.
Absolutely. Attention, Nick Abbott, this is from Martin S. How many talk radio engineers does it take to change a light bulb?
I don't know, Kev. How many talk radio engineers does it take to change a light bulb?
17. 1 to hold the bulb in place, and the other 16 to rejoice until the room begins to spin. I didn't get it either. I think there's potential there.
Do you mind if I check the faxes before they go out on the air?
Look, that was just an excuse to give out the fax number and say if you're going to fax the stuff, then they might use it. I mean, there's a bunch of stuff here.
There is?
Because of last week's computer problems, someone on the Nick Abbott mailing list has made this program dedicated to you.
Suddenly you're reading letters on the air. What the hell's going on here?
And somebody sent Matt Green.
And you're still doing it. Stop speaking. Here's one in Swindon, and it's a bloke called Dan.
Hey, boss, how you going?
Dan the man.
Yeah, that's right. Just 2 things. One thing, you know they had Apocalypse Now just before the SS went into the Gulf War, and I was reading about them, and they all just stayed up and watched it, and freaked out their girlfriends and wives and stuff, and I thought that was pretty cool, you know.
I haven't understood really anything you've said so far, but...
That's okay, I'm for it.
Thing 2? Thing number 2?
Sorry?
You had 2 things.
Oh,
that was thing 1. Which
light bulb jokes.
Blimey. Where do you come from?
Canada.
Canada. Oh, Canada's in America, isn't it?
No, it's the dominant partner. We're on top.
And which part of Canada is it? Is it that Bolshevik part of Canada that insists that it's French?
No. We got plenty of good jokes about them, but that's it.
What is it with those people, by the way? I don't really understand that whole thing. I mean, do English-speaking Canadians think that they're just nuts in Montreal?
Well, it's like you guys over here don't like the French. It's just the same with us. We just don't like French Canadians.
French Canadians. But they're making it the law now that you can't speak English in shops. Is that correct?
I have no idea because I wouldn't go there.
And you can't have English road signs. Like suddenly they just switched everything around. That you have to speak French in this little oasis in an otherwise which is like a French island in the largest English-speaking population on the face of the planet.
Yeah, it's pretty twisted.
It's insane. What is that about? I mean, apart from anything else, it must be losing them money. Because people don't want to go there because they think they're going to have to speak French. I mean, anybody from America who goes to Canada, they're going to avoid Montreal, am I right?
Well, so they should. The only thing there is they've got a hockey team. And they used to be good, but they suck now.
And so you come from Toronto?
No, I'm West Coast, near Vancouver. Where Prince Harry and William and Charlie are.
Oh, blind. Do you know people who live over there? You keep in touch with people who are there now? Have you spoken to them since the royals arrived?
My sister and her husband are over there.
And have you spoken to them since the royals arrived?
I have, yeah.
And what do they say about this whole thing?
They don't actually care. They don't even know.
Because that is bizarre, by the way, because the tabloids have this. John Major was going on about the tabloids this week. He said John Major has attacked tabloid newspaper editors as odious and outrageous. Yeah, to say the least. They're odious and outrageous characters who exercise power without responsibility. Absolutely. Tony Blair thinks he
wasn't he describing himself there?
No.
No?
Well, I think that John Major's probably a fairly decent, if slightly dull bloke who really wouldn't go out of his way to hurt a fly, you know.
Right.
But no, it's absolutely right. And the tabloid editors are the ones that run this country. Tony Blair's not coming up with a single idea that wouldn't sit well with the Sun. I.e. with Rupert Murdoch, who is probably one of the most, well, not probably, he is one of the most powerful men on the face of the planet. It'll be him and Bill Gates, but as far as I know, Bill Gates doesn't wield much political power. No. Although, just wait. Because with his money, he could be the next president of the United States of America. So all it takes is an advert campaign.
Hey, I've got a joke about Bill Gates. Do you want to hear? It's clean.
But is it actionable? Is it... Can we get sued for it?
No, you can't. It's fine.
Dan, how do you know we can't get sued for it? Is this just your opinion, or is it the opinion of somebody who's familiar with broadcast law?
But let's go through this. But before you do that, that'll be a teaser, so that's something to look forward to.
I can tell you the light bulb joke if you want.
Okay, well, that's something to look forward to, too.
Sure.
But the tabloids have for a while been saying, we must leave William and Harry alone and let them grow up and, out of the spotlight and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
And, we're being really upstanding and responsible now. We'll take a couple of pictures just when they want us to, and then we'll scurry away and we'll leave them alone because, what's his name, the tall one, is really shy. And so we respect that, and his mother's dead, and so, we're going to be really nice about it. And now suddenly they're printing his picture and setting him up to be the new Donny Osmond.
Yeah.
What is that about? And now he has got no idea what is about to befall him. He is going to be probably the most screamed at person on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
Now that they have set that in motion, and I know a couple of teenage girls have been screaming like here and there. That it's not that sets the ball in motion. It's the tabloid editors who are printing pictures of him saying, "Oh, he's so lovely and look, he's so cute."
Do you think they would be screaming about him if his mother wasn't who she was?
They would be screaming about him just because he's famous. I mean, people scream about relatively good-looking people because or even ugly people because they're famous. And someone who is equally good-looking who is not famous won't get screamed at. It's just, that whole thing is really twisted and bizarre to me. That whole sort of fantasy fame object. I mean, Leonardo DiCaprio. I mean, please, he's like this kind of wishy-washy. He ain't. Can you imagine anybody getting so worked up? I didn't scream when he came on the television. Okay, so just checking.
Yeah.
But and they've actually ruined this guy's life from now on because he's going to be a teenage scream object everywhere he goes, and the ball is in motion now.
Yeah.
And it will spread like wildfire all over. He won't be able to leave the house without a bazillion screaming pubescent girls.
Yeah. And then what we'll have to do, though, is say hands up all those who thought the newspapers were actually telling the truth, that they'd leave them alone,
Well, yeah, I know. And it really actually does kind of annoy me that they're such slime balls.
Oh, yeah.
And when he gets to an age where they don't scream at him anymore, it'll be, he's over and done with, and look how how much weight he's put on, or how ugly he looks, or his jaw is sagging, or this, that, and the other. And so basically they've buried the guy. He is he might as well just lock himself in a box now and throw away the key. They've killed him too.
Nightmare, eh?
Okay, so now a happy light bulb joke.
Okay. How many evolutionists did it take to change a light bulb?
Okay, let's go to the other joke.
Okay, so God gets Bill Clinton, Fidel Castro, and Bill Gates together, eh? And he says, "Hey, guys, guess what? Good news and bad news. Bad news, well, the good news is, you've all got 1 year to live. The bad news is, at the end of 1 year, I'm going to kill y'all." So Bill Clinton goes to his country and goes, "Hey guys, guess what? Good news and bad news. Good news is we've got a year to live. Bad news is God's going to blow us all up." Hooray. Fidel Castro goes to Cuba and he says, "Well, guys, guess what? We've got bad news and worse news, The bad news is, in a year we're all going to be blown up, and the worst news is we were wrong, there is a God." And Bill Gates goes, guess what, you know, there's got good news and better news, you know. Good news is we've got a year to live, and the better news is we don't have to update Windows 95. See you later.
Nick Abbot on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Woo! Yeah. Woo! Yeah. Woo! Yeah. What's this? Suddenly you changed all the music. You just thought it up and did it, didn't you?
I'm not changing it off.
Like Colonel Kurtz, you just thought it up and did it.
We're adding to it.
It's like a snail sliding along a straight razor.
A spear! You know, someday, this war's going to end. Charlie, don't surf! That's the whole movie. In the wrong order. Join the dots, make a picture, win a major prize. 0500 1053 89. It's free call. It's Talk Radio. I'm Nick Abbott, and who's been waiting the longest? It looks like line 3, and it's a chap called Paul in London.
Yeah, Nick.
Paul.
I've got a light bulb joke for you.
Oh, blimey. I don't really want to take any more jokes.
That's a good one.
Can I put you on hold? Can we tape him and then play it in later? Do we have the technology to do that?
We do, yeah.
Yeah, okay, do that. Because I've just had a bloke who told a joke, and it was a bit laborious, and it could have been told better, but I like the punchline. Now, you still there? What are you stroking your beard? Tapping your bottom lip. Stop doing that.
Well, I'll have to teach him how to do it.
Think he can get his trunk around it?
Well, let's find out.
Or maybe we should just get rid of it.
Just get rid of it.
Paul.
Yep.
Go ahead.
How many goths does it take to change a light bulb?
How many?
Goths.
Goths. I don't know, Paul. How many goths does it take to change a light bulb?
5. 1 to start and 4 to say, no, leave it, man. I like it better in the dark.
How many hippies does it take to change a light bulb?
Don't know.
It's dark. 0500 1053 89. It's a free one. It's Talk Radio. And how many, this is ridiculous. It's not a show about light bulb jokes. Although I was banging on about how odious and awful, or rather I was agreeing with John Major, who said how odious and appalling and dreadful that people... I think there should actually be a law about what people can write in a newspaper. Just as there are stringent laws about what you can say on the air, there doesn't seem to be any law at all about what you can say in a newspaper. You can come out with the most appalling right-wing Nazi tripe and just totally get away with it. I mean, there are columnists who make a living doing that. I mean, just like fascistic, bigoted stuff that they come out with just to make a living. I'm appalled when I read this stuff. But sometimes they are good for a laugh. Kind of like Hitler. He told a good joke. Or not, probably. But it's the front page of the Sun. Have you seen the front page of the Sun today?
No.
Boys. It's a picture of Her Royal Majesty the Queen.
Well.
Doesn't she look great?
Yes.
Yes. And she... It's in full colour, and she's... I'll just read the copy. The Queen went walkies about yesterday and was hounded by a pesky pooch. Guide dog Eve, a German shepherd, nuzzled up under Her Majesty's coat during a royal visit in Exeter. And there's a picture of the dog with its head in the royal coat. And the Queen looking a bit surprised. Down at it. So you've got a mental image of that, right?
Yes.
So there's the body of the dog, and the head is in her coat, and the Queen's looking down, looking surprised. Headline?
Come on.
How much is that doggy in the Windsor?
Oh, lovely.
That is a good one, isn't it? Right, here's one. Oh, right. Okay, well, let's take a couple of these. Genuine contestants' answers from the ITV game show Family Fortunes. I may have done some of these before. Stop me if you've heard it before, okay?
Okay.
Something associated with pigs.
The police.
You've heard that one already, right? A non-living object with legs.
You've done it.
Something red.
You've done it.
Now, people who hadn't heard this last week will want to know. To a contestant who is a soup salesman.
Chips.
Something you beat. I think we're in new territory now, aren't we? Okay, from now. Please ignore the previous questions. Okay. Genuine contestants' answers from the ITV game show Family Fortunes. Something you beat. An apple. A dangerous race. The Arabs. Oh, dear. That's the funniest thing I've ever heard. A number you have to memorize. 7. I can't see now. Some famous brothers. Bonnie and Clyde. And something that floats in the bath. Water.
Nick Abbott on Talk Radio.
Where was Mike today, by the way? Normally he's in preparing for his show.
Oh, I think he had one of those important business meetings, you know, setting things up, projects.
Importing, exporting, that kind of thing. Ducking and diving. Pretty like a new watch. Where's my watch, by the way?
Mine broke.
Did it? And what brand was it? Don't tell them. 0500 1053 89. It's a free one. I should introduce our little cast and crew. Kev, who is not coughing quite as much as normal today.
Better this week.
Did you go to see the doctor like I told you? No.
No.
Does your mother listen to this?
Yes.
Mrs. Kev, you have got to tell your son to go to the doctor. He's a very sick man. In many and various different ways. Plus, you should tell him not to stay out all night. When was the last time you went to your flat? 3 days ago. Ring him up tomorrow, Mrs. Kev, and ask him what he was doing away from his flat for 3 days.
No.
Do you screen your calls? If he doesn't answer, he's actually in and he doesn't want to speak to you, Mrs. Kev.
No,
Trust me.
The only time I screen my call...
What's her phone number? I'm calling her up right now.
Is if I'm expecting a call from you. Then I screen them out. I'll leave my mother out of this.
And then there's Sick Boy. How have the callers been tonight so far? You've been doing a tremendous job.
Yeah, pretty groovy people.
Your hair is still sort of bright, luminous orange. You don't need one of those flashing lights on the back of your bicycle because, like cat's eyes, you illuminate yourself. You're like a great match.
Still looks like Bart Simpson.
Yes.
Thank you.
And then, of course, there's Nellie, who has so far done... What the hell have you done so far today?
Heavy bed.
Oh, yeah, there was that. You hate that, don't you?
Oh, it's lovely.
Do you like that?
Oh, yeah. Now you're going to get rid of it.
Has anybody remarked on the prominence of your proboscis?
Not yet.
Not yet. Okay, still dreaming. Here's one in Renfrew. Oh, blimey, you're joking. Is it that time already?
Yep.
Oh, gosh, we've got a whole minute. Let's see if we can get rid of this bloke first. Ross.
Actually, I'm from Mars. Yum, yum, yummy.
Okay, so that was good. He had only waited half an hour to say that. What an idiot. Okay, let's have some stupid news. A couple at random. Students at St Austell College in Cornwall will soon be able to study night school subjects that include playing the spoons, making paper planes, and yodeling. And two young lovers found a tender trap when they kissed in a Copenhagen cinema. The braces of their teeth got locked together and it took doctors an hour to free them. One more. A cheeky thief stole radio equipment from a taxi firm and complained that it was no good and he was sending it back.
Mika Hakkinen sounds like a cough, doesn't it? It's Talk Radio satellite weather.
Sounds like somewhere in Wales.
Tonight, yes. England and Wales will be mostly dry with clear periods, although there'll be a chance of patchy fog in places. Scotland and Northern Ireland will remain cloudy with patchy rain. You got your spoon there?
Yes.
Maximum temperature of 9...
Play my spoons while you read the weather.
9 degrees Celsius.
Well, you need 2, don't you?
And a minimum of 4 degrees Celsius. Tomorrow, a...
4.
Tomorrow, a warm... No. Tomorrow, No.
Oh, the weather outside is frightful.
No.
Oh, the sun has got his hat on.
Yes.
Oh. I knew I'd get there in the end.
Tomorrow, a warm day in prospect, the whole of the British Isles. England, Wales, and the southern half of Scotland will be cloudy, bright intervals between showers, however. While Northern Ireland and Northern Scotland will also be cloudy. You don't care anymore, do you?
I hope somebody's writing all this down for PRS, because we have to pay for all of this stuff.
Cloudy, but with rain at times. Heavy places. Maximum temperature of 18 degrees Celsius.
Too darn hot. Too darn hot.
And a minimum temperature.
It's too darn hot.
What is the minimum temperature going to be tonight? Tonight?
You mean tomorrow, don't you?
No, tonight.
Tonight?
Because when we go out of here, we go to the pub. I'm not going to sit out.
I'm not going to the pub.
Well, when nobody's interested, you're not even invited. What temperature is it going to be when we leave this building tonight?
4.
4?
4.
Which is close to...
5.
You're fired. When will I see you again, by the way?
Hello?
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 Yes.
What's going on?
You're going off.
There's going to be a new award for show with the scariest listeners, and you've already won it.
That was quick.
I get told that a lot. What is this show about? Do you know what this show's about, Eddie? See, there it is. There's the answer in a nutshell. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me. Hit me. Just as I evenly. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me with your rhythm stick. Hit me slowly. Hit me quick. Hit me. Hit me. Hit me.
I'm really into paper clips. There's so many sizes and varieties.
Really? Well, it's not the size that counts, Jeff. Or at least that's what people with really small paper clips say. La 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 la. Here, guess who's still on hold? I completely forgotten about you, eh? Fine egg. You've been on hold for about an hour.
Yeah, it's not long enough.
Okay, I'll put you back on hold. 0500 1053 89. No, that's just too cruel. Even to you.
Yeah, right. I better get on quick.
Yeah.
You'll have it.
So what's up?
Right. First of all, I want to say I'm really gutted of some news about today.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's the last Night Rider tomorrow.
Oh, well, are they replacing it with
The Incredible Ump or something?
I thought that what's that Boss Hog? The program Boss Hog. What
the Dukes of Hazzard.
I thought the Dukes of Hazzard were coming back. Where are they?
No, I haven't heard anything about that.
Before Channel 5 came on the air, I heard that, I read in a thing about what they were going to do, and they said the Dukes of Hazzard was going to be part of their weekend lineup. Missed out when the air date. So, where is it? Is it on cable? I bet it's on the damn Paramount channel.
Well, it's not comedy, is it?
Well, I seem to remember that it was quite funny, but then I was sort of 12 at the time.
Yeah, I think we should get a petition up about it. They ain't showed all of the series yet.
Is this Waylon Jennings?
It is, actually.
Is it? That's a pretty good guess, eh?
It was very good. He did the narration for the series as well. Reminds me of an old Ian Collins joke about Daisy Duke, which I don't want to be repeating.
So there was the woman who was wearing the hot pants, which was always astonishing to me. She was either inside them trying to get out or outside them trying to get in. And there was the two good old boys who never used the door. What was that?
The door was welded on.
Welded shut. For what reason?
Do you remember the noise that the car horn made?
For ease of entrance, they welded the door shut.
The General Lee was the car. Do you remember the noise that the horn made?
Do we have that?
Sick boy.
No, you should have given that job to Nelly.
All right, Nelly.
With his amazing trunk.
No, he's shy though, isn't he?
Can't make a noise with it.
I don't know about where you lived it, but didn't everybody have that on the down coast? It got outlawed in the 80s.
I missed everything you just said.
that General Lee Orton, everybody used to have it on the car, and then they outlawed it, didn't they?
They did?
Because it was a noise nuisance or something.
They outlawed it. Even before Jack Straw got in, they were still restricting our freedom in any way that they could think up.
Yeah, and have you heard that they're supposed to be remaking the Swede?
They are? With who?
They don't know yet, but it definitely ain't going to be with John Ford and Dennis Waterman.
No, I wouldn't think they want to go back there again.
But isn't it sort of stuck in the 70s thing? I mean, you can't have it stay. It's going to be rubbish, isn't it? But I mean, who would you pick to play them now?
To pick the Sweeney, it would have to be someone relatively vibrant. Of course, you'd have to have the boss would have to be a woman for a start. If it was in America, then it'd have to be a big black guy, because the boss of the police station is always a big black guy, and it's always the same one. And so the two blokes would be. Who's the Four Weddings and a Funeral guy?
Hugh Grant.
Hugh Grant, that's right, because in a fight he could take a couple of blows, no problem at all. Who else?
Me.
Hey, you! That's right. I'd like to see you getting the stuffing beaten out of you. Yes, that's a good idea.
Well, why would that be a good idea? It isn't really, you know, they don't really...
But are they really going to make the Sweeney again? Who's going to make the Sweeney again?
It was very vague. It was on the Teletext News. It just says that a new deal is going to be signed to remake the 70s hit show The Sweeney.
Well, because people in television don't have a single new idea in their heads? That's why they have opened their arms and welcomed people like Chris so warmly to their bosom, because nobody in television has got a new idea at all.
Well, I've got a new idea.
You can make £10 million if you just come up with a new idea, because TV is desperate.
I've got one, I think. Why don't they do one about this talk show that has these like weird callers on it?
No, I've seen the movie and I know how that ends, but thanks a lot, Aid. And
have you seen that German? There's a German channel on satellite. It's just a bloke taking calls in German. Have you seen that?
Well, no, first of all, I don't speak German. Second, I don't have a satellite channel. And third, why would you want to see... Please. Are you serious?
Yeah.
Does he take requests?
I don't know. I don't speak German.
Do you take requests?
Depends what they are.
Okay, here's my... Shut it! And that was the cue, Kev.
I know, I was...
Oh, blimey. What show are you actually working on?
I was doing something else.
What were you doing?
I was getting the ads ready.
Never mind about the ads.
Well, it's slightly important.
Well, yes, but you're supposed to be producing what goes in between the ads. You great gonk.
Can I try that again, Nick?
I don't know if I've got the strength now. Hey, do you take requests?
Yeah, you know what I think, Nick? I think Kev should get nicked for that.
Okay, it'll do. Say goodbye.
There you go. Gotta go to this call out.
Sorry, Nick.
Seems to be faint. Fainter. This isn't a Sweeney.
Yes, it is.
And it's not loud enough. There you go. This is not actually the original genuine business.
Well, it's the closest I could find.
I'm sorry, but we only want the real thing.
Okay, then.
Can you go and get me a can of...
No.
Carbonated, vegetable-based drink?
Only if you take a break.
Okay.
Nick Abbot on Talk Radio. Free call 0500 1053 89.
Are we back with sound?
That's what's happening.
Okay, now anything could happen from now on because Nelly, otherwise known as James, has taken over the desk. And Kev is hovering like some sort of mother over her brood.
Yeah, I feel like a producer now. I get to stand up and point. Yeah. Do this! See, it's great.
What is all this new music, by the way? And how come it wasn't discussed with me previously? Because this music's crap.
This one is, yeah. But this one's a joke. This is actually, I was going to save this from Mike Allen. This is probably what it is.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I think those are the psychics.
I knew you were going to say that.
The psychics have arrived. On cue.
This feels a bit odd standing
Just
up.
as you would expect. Right, okay, let's take some calls, and it's 0500 1053 89. These people have been waiting forever. Are you still there, Aid? No. Why is he still on my board? Let's have a call about dead things in Birmingham. Nick.
Hey, Nick.
How's it going?
Not bad. Bit of a apocalypse now night tonight, isn't it?
Yes, a little bit.
I watched a snail crawl along the edge of a straight razor.
I've done that one.
Oh, damn, should shoot in earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, dead things. Dead things, dead people.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love the smell of dead things in the morning, by the way.
It smells like victory.
Mm-hmm.
Bomb them dinks back to the Stone Age. Anyway, I digress.
That was it was a call from Robin Cook. Our Minister for Foreign Affairs.
He loves them.
Yes.
I found this article in the magazine about corpses.
Corpses?
Corpses.
Yeah.
Dead people.
Mm-hmm.
Can I read you an extract?
Well, which magazine is it?
I'm not going to name it.
Why not?
It's advertising.
Not really. No, I think that's the sort of thing you can name.
Oh,
sources,
right.
Yes.
Hang on, I'll just turn to the front. Focus.
Focus?
Uh-huh.
Well, it's a magazine of the 70s group from the Netherlands. We should play some Focus. How about Hocus Pocus or Answers, Questions, Answers or Sylvia or something like that? Got to get a bit of focus on the air. They're all looking completely blank. None of them ever heard of it. They're all sort of barely out of pubescence and aren't familiar with that old hippy-drippy music.
You lost me.
Yes.
Anyway, Undertaker Harold Klinberg was halfway through embalming a corpse when it sat up and started beating him.
That's not good.
Not really. Harold said, "None of my friends in the funeral business have ever had this happen to me," said Klinberg from his hospital bed. Can you imagine that?
Yes, I can, actually. Yes, I am. I've got a pretty vivid mental image of that, yes.
Of having your hand halfway up and suddenly face it up.
Please, let's not draw a photograph too graphic. Not too graphic, Nick.
Okay. And another one, a freak heatwave in August in 1994 led to so much revelry among the Romanians, it had a strange effect on the dead. 2 days of temperatures in the hundreds left mortuary attendants with exploding corpses.
What kind of magazine is this?
Focus.
Which is what?
Hang on. I'll read you the subheading. The original magazine for tomorrow's science.
And what does this have to do with science? Exploding dead people?
It's a interesting experiment for your chemistry set.
And where did you manage to pick this magazine up?
Well, in a certain boarded-up window shop.
Well, it says people under the age of 18 might not want to enter this store?
Unless their rainmack is dirty and stained.
Something like that. Okay, thanks a lot, Nick.
Okay.
0500 1053 89. It's a free one.
Nick?
Yes.
Sorry, wait, what's your fax number?
It's 0541. What is this, a quiz?
Yeah.
59 69 79.
Correct, because this is the best fax we have ever received.
Well, don't you read it out, because you're crap at that.
But it's addressed to me. Thanks to Kev.
Yeah.
Ready for this? Dear Kev, you sound the most gorgeous man. I think I can guess what you look like. Are you fair-haired, chunky, cuddly, and a fab friend? Let's have more of you, please. In fact...
Yeah.
Can Nick have a tea break, and can we have you? I could be the girl of your dreams. I think she might be right.
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling
so lonely. I think that's the operative words. So lonely. Desperate. Who's that from?
It's from Wendy.
Does she have her number on the fax?
No, but she lives in Holland as well, which could be a problem.
Holland?
Yes.
Really? And how does that sound? It's a woman from Holland who's desperate for you, Kev. You know what women in Holland look like? They're 6 foot tall, blonde, fit and tan.
Yeah,
I'm going to send her a picture of you, and she'll freak.
How's James doing, by the way? Sorry, how's Nelly doing, by the way?
He's, I don't know. How do you feel confident in your new role of running this show?
That's right.
He's not running it. I'm running it. He's just sitting down there pressing some buttons. I'm training him. He's in training. I get to stand up like the rest of the producers and...
Well, he's still smiling, but kind of nervously, like he's bouncing up and down, and the tension is in his shoulders. You going to be okay?
Yeah.
Are we due for an ad break now?
No.
Not yet. You know what we should do every week?
What?
We should kill him off, and you can go, oh my God, they killed Nelly!
Yes. Nobody has any idea what that means. I think it starts at, well, let's not advertise. No, but it's South Park. It's a new cartoon series in the mould of Beavis and Butthead and The Simpsons and all that sort of thing that is beyond, it's twisted beyond those two things. It's bizarre. Here is one in Barnsley. Nigel.
Evening, Nick.
How's it going?
All right. Have you seen prices of CDs recently?
Yes.
What's going on? $16.99 for a CD.
$16.99?
Yeah, it's absolutely crazy.
What kind of CD was that?
It was a U2 CD.
$16.99? Was it a double CD?
No, it was a single CD, $16.99.
Was this in a chain or in an independent?
It was in a chain store, yeah.
Blimey, that's outrageous.
But same CD, exact same one, I could get it for $9.49 at an independent store, you know.
You want to support your independent outlets, Nigel?
I do. I've started buying tapes now, I mean, and then even tapes, $12.99.
Well, you stockpile those tapes because they won't be around for very long because they're being shunted out.
I know. How much does it cost to make a CD? 50 pence?
No, not even that. You can buy a blank... About a year or so ago, a blank CD, because you can get machines that can record onto CDs, right? They're not very widely... available, but mostly people in the industry use them. And about a year ago, a blank CD for recording purposes, and you could only record on it once. It was like a photographic negative. You can only put one thing on it, right? £15 it was a year ago. Now it's 99p, including VAT, and this is buying them individually. So a company like one of the major recording companies, they probably cost a penny. A CD. And so to stamp it probably costs, let's be super generous and say 10 pence. And the packaging, you know, those, they call them, what do they call them? Diamond boxes? Is that what they call them? Those stupid boxes that CDs come in, and the two tabs on the end, which constitute the hinge, they break off, and you know those little sort of grippy things that hold the CD on, they all break, and just dreadful, awful things. And so let's be also really super generous and say that the packaging, including the printing and all that sort of stuff, that's 50p. So it's about £1 at most to produce the CD, and they sell them for like £17. That's outrageous. It's a colossal rip-off.
Government said it about a year back in one of these pledges that they'd look into it and reduce prices. Nothing's happening yet, is it?
Yeah, well, hold your breath for them to do anything that actually assists us in any way, because they're too busy trying to restrict our personal freedom. Once they get through with that, once we're all in chains or in prison, or, we have our heads nailed to the floor so we can't actually do anything, and our mouths are taped shut and our hands are, manacled behind our backs, once they're happy that we can't actually, enjoy ourselves in any way whatsoever, then they'll get to, assisting us in some way. Around about the time that it's about due for us to go and vote for them again, I'm guessing. All right, thanks a lot, Nigel.
Yes.
And I know I've said this before, but you look at Music Week, and they're constantly bellyaching about, everybody's against us, and, people are saying that the CD prices are too high. Well, that's because they are. You go to the States, or... I don't really know what the prices of CDs are in Europe. Anybody know what the price of CDs are in Europe? They couldn't possibly be more expensive than they are here. I'm guessing they're cheaper. And the same damn thing is about half the price in the States. And they say, that's because I couldn't imagine what reason they come up with. Economies of scale. Oh, yeah, that's what it is. It's rubbish. We're being colossally ripped off. In every respect, with phones, it's a colossal rip-off. You know, local calls should be free in this stinking, backward, constipated country of ours. What's this, Kev? Am I supposed to read this out in the air?
If you want to, I just thought it was quite nice. Quite funny.
Dear Nick, I've written a computer program inspired by last week's program. It displays the message, your computer has performed an illegal operation. This may be because you do not listen to the Nick Abbot Show. Then you click on a button and it gives you information about the shows you present, both on Talk Radio and somewhere else. The program also includes instructions which allow blah, 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 to make the message appear after a certain amount of time. If you want, I'll send it to you on a floppy. Really? If anyone else is interested in his floppy, they can download it from... Oh, blimey, this address goes on forever. http://www. That's too long. I can't read that out.
As you wish.
Oh, well, if you're taping this, I suppose you can go back over this.
Oh, you shouldn't be taping it.
w2s.co.uk/TIMO/Nick/illegal.html. Don't ask me to repeat that.
Or go to a search engine and type Nick Abbott, A-B-B-O-T, and mail it to everybody you know.
Yes, or not. Let's take some of these calls briefly now, because this show is slowing down. David in London.
Yeah, hi, Nick.
How's it going?
Hi. The only thing actors from the 70s and 80s are so much better than today's actors.
Well, go on, name names.
Clint Eastwood.
Still working.
Steve McQueen.
Dead.
Paul Newman.
Still working.
Burt Lancaster.
Is he dead?
Yeah.
Poor Burt.
They don't produce actors like that anymore, do they?
Sure they do.
Do they do? Name one.
Jack Nicholson. Nope, that's not right.
He's not today's actor.
Robert Duvall. Nope, that's not right. Ed Harris. Nope, wrong again. You're right. Well, the thing they don't produce is stars like they used to. Stars these days are a bit sort of... They're a bit thin, like Tom Cruise. It's like, it's a bit thin, really. Although, that last film that he had I thought was great. About when he was an agent. What was that called?
Mission Impossible.
No, fool. When he was an agent, a sports agent.
Oh, Jerry Maguire.
Jerry Maguire. It was a great film.
Jerry Maguire was good.
And women stars. They're all kind of much of a muchness, really. Apart from Siggy Weaver, who is also kind of from the 80s, really, isn't she? That's when Alien came out. So
they were so much
back into the 70s, early 80s. Yeah, well, they had substance and meat. There's no beef on these new people.
I know. I mean, I must admit, I saw Good Will Hunting recently.
Oh, well, don't tell me anything about it.
No, I won't. But he is the first decent actor of today.
Who, Robin Williams?
Yeah, well, he's great as well.
You think? Robin Williams? He always makes me want to puke when I see him in films.
No, you'll love him in that film.
Really?
Oh, he's amazing. He won an Oscar, didn't he?
Oh, yeah, but that's neither here nor there. I mean, nothing to win an Oscar. I wonder if winning an Oscar is kind of like getting a Sony Award in radio, that it means that he's never going to work again. Probably not, in fact. Okay, but that's a good point, and interestingly put, and prescient and all that jazz. Thanks a lot, David. 0500 1053 89. Here's a bloke who's been waiting since almost last week, and he's in London. He's called Stephen. I think the weight got to him. How about one in Glasgow, also called Stephen?
Hello, Nick.
Glasgow. Stephen, I mean.
Hey, Nick.
Yes, hello.
Yeah, it's good to see that you're trying to emulate that nasty man Jack Straw by advocating the censorship of the media.
In which sense?
Well, a couple of minutes ago you were talking about the media and why can't you ban the things that they're printing as they do in radio?
I don't think I actually said ban it. I think that...
Censor.
I don't think I did say...
You did say censor.
No, I don't believe that I actually said...
No, you said, wait, why can't they have the censorship? Because that's what... I wrote it down, censorship, as I said.
I don't believe that I said, why can't they have the same censorship as we have...
No, why don't they have the same censorship that you do? because they can say any, was it fascist thing in a paper, whereas you couldn't say it on the radio. You did say that.
Okay, well, yes. Well, you put it in that way. Yes, I agree with that.
So
the thing is that they have, and John Major was absolutely right about this. He said they are odious and outrageous who exercise power. What is that noise?
Just showing.
Am I keeping you up?
No, just the mention of the word John Major and you agreeing with them.
Who exercise power without responsibility, and that's the point. And they'll print the most outrageous lies, and then 6 months later, after being dragged through the court, they'll have to print an apology, and the outrageous lie will be on the front page and a special inside pullout, and also on pages 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the apology will be about a half an inch big, buried underneath a sports report on page 19. You know, that's wrong. The apology should be. And what's his name? The fat bloke who's Deputy Prime Minister. What's his name?
John Prescott.
John Prescott. He was on Hello, Good Morning and Welcome.
No, I don't.
David Frost.
Yeah.
And he said, and he was quite right, that the apology that any paper makes should cover the same space in the same part of the paper that the original story made. And absolutely right.
But it'll never happen.
Well, it'll only happen if this government makes it the law. And, of course, this government is not going to do anything that Rupert Murdoch is going to disagree with. Because Rupert Murdoch is running this country, not Tony Blair. You know, if they have a question about anything, they think, well, I don't know, first of all, what do the focus groups say? And second of all, how is the Sun going to write it up?
You see, you dislike Rupert Murdoch so much.
It's not that I dislike him. I dislike the fact that he is in effect running the country.
But why do you still read the Sun and the Sunday Times?
It's because I read all the papers.
And watch his TV programmes and films by 20th Century Fox.
Well, like I say, I don't have anything personal against Rupert Murdoch. I do have a personal problem with some of the stuff that gets printed in not just his tabloids, but all of the tabloids, who I think they're just, like a lot of them, are a little bit too right-wing, fascistic Nazi for my taste. You know, I mean, a lot of people go into that. If you said, you know, let's bring back the death penalty, then you'll probably get crowds in the street, you know, queuing up for tickets. If you said, you know, anybody that's whose skin is slightly on the brown side should be repatriated to the original country, you'll have crowds of people you know, cheering in the streets. So there is this kind of like sort of a fascistic streak generally to people, and then and that kind of paper panders to it. I think what would be nice is if you kind of fought against that, so a more sort of humanistic, liberal, with a small L outlook.
Right, moving on to something else. Right, before I go, see that bloke, what do you call him, AIDS who can't get laid?
Yeah.
Why don't all the listeners have a whip round for him and pay for him to...
to stop right there. 0500 1053 89. Maybe we should. That is a pretty good idea. Why don't we have a whip round and he can, you know, we can send him to heaven and back.
Because I don't think it would be right for us to encourage that as responsible broadcasters.
Shut up.
Okay.
Who are you thinking of? Oh, me.
Yeah.
Here's one in London. Hello, Ed. It was actually Kylie Minogue's new song, and she'll be performing that with Nicky Horn
tomorrow from 6
backing vocals
on Talk Radio.
On Talk Radio, that's right.
It's a good argument for
not listening to that tripe.
Oh, you mean that tripe rather than
not Kylie Minogue? No, she has a great story to tell. That's some life that she's had.
Yeah,
she was a screamed at teen soap star all over the world, and she ditched that and then had this kind of who's going to be more famous thing with her sister. So that should be quite interesting. I mean, I've never actually heard her speak.
Haven't you?
No,
I've met her.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Did we ask you? No.
No, okay. Well, you very rarely get to say anything on the air.
Okay, go on.
Go ahead. You met her.
That's all. I just met her.
Very interesting. Did she like your phone?
She did, yeah, she shook my phone.
Did she really? Well, did she use both hands?
Just the one.
And, you met her where?
Reading Festival last year.
And what was she like?
Very nice, very sweet.
No, really, though, what was she like?
But rather thin.
Thin, too thin. She should eat more, you say?
Yeah, I think so.
And this from a boy who weighs probably about 7 stone. Here's one in London also. Bernie. Hello, Bernie.
Hello, Nick. I didn't phone you last week.
Oh, this is Bernadette. It's always a shock. And I know we've only spoken a few times, but I see Bernie and I'm expecting like a sort of 50-year-old Jewish guy.
Yeah.
And suddenly you speak at me. I'm thinking, huh? Yes, Bernadette.
Hello. Yeah, I didn't phone last week, actually, because I wasn't really feeling myself.
Excuse me?
And apart from that, did you see Jerry Springer this week?
No, I've only ever seen it once, and it was... well, I've seen it twice. Once in somebody else's program. Did you see the Ruby Wax show when she went onto the Jerry Springer program?
Yeah.
Now, the thing about Ruby Wax is she's very funny. She had tons of presence, and I admire her tremendously. But she has a tendency sometimes to be deeply cruel about the people she's talking to. And some of the people on that program were really quite bizarre, like the women who had... and I thought that it was going to be a program about women who look like men, or women who grow facial hair, or something like that. But these women had more facial hair than you could possibly imagine. I mean, think of somebody with facial hair. Rolf Harris doesn't have facial hair like these women had. And she was... She wasn't sort of playing along with them. She was actually being really deeply unpleasant about them, and that kind of grated a little bit. But she did this great thing at the end. On Jerry Springer, they had this... Well, why people go on that program to do this is a mystery to me. But these guys were going out with what they thought were girls, but were actually men having had a sex change. And so the men having had a sex change thought it would be a good idea to come out to their boyfriends on national television. Which part of that makes sense? And so the guys, as you would expect, when told that their girlfriends are actually men, went nuts.
I know, they went ballistic.
Yeah, and backstage it was like a war zone, and nobody was speaking to anybody else. And it was actually one of the best moments of television I've ever seen. And Ruby Wax took it upon herself to bring everybody back together again. And so she went around all the individual couples and said, you know, such and such is really sorry, and she really wants to sort of get back and have a chat. And she was almost like Mother Teresa. She brought everybody, one by one, all the couples, she sewed them back together again. It was wonderful. But you go ahead. Jerry Springer this week was about?
Well, it was excruciatingly painful. This bloke, he cut off his penis and flushed it down the toilet to deter a stalker.
Excuse me? He did what? He flushed it down the toilet to deter a stalker?
Yeah.
What?
Well, he denied going out with the bloke, but secretly he had been, and he just kept saying that this bloke had been stalking him, and the only way he could get rid of him was to chop it off.
What?
I know, and it was really, really, painful. And but anyway, he's going to, get some surgery and have it rebuilt. But I think...
well, from what, though?
Well, I mean, I presume there's a small, bit left. They can do all kinds of miracles these days, can't they?
Well, maybe we could send them a part of Nellie's trunk. You don't mind losing a couple of inches, do you?
Leave it alone.
Well, I think you should send him a pencil sharpener, actually, from your fun pack, because obviously he hasn't got any lead in his pencil, has he?
Well, now you're just being offensive.
Well, why not?
And which part of that makes sense, by the way? A guy who did that, well, I guess he had to be pretty insane to do that, and to want to go on television and tell people that you'd done that. That's just nuts to me.
Yeah. Well, originally he thought that the other bloke had actually done it, because he was out of his head at the time when he did it to himself. But then a few days later he realised that he had done it himself. I mean, obviously he was very disturbed.
Back up. He was so mad that he didn't realise that he'd actually chopped his own part off. He thought that somebody else had done it.
He thought that the bloke that had been stalking him had done it to him.
That must be some special kind of medicine he's taking in his place. Does he have to keep it in the fridge? That's insane. And Jerry Springer managed to get a whole show out of this?
Yeah.
And did you get to see the evidence? Because it could all have been completely made up.
Well, no, they brought on loads of people to sort of, say that they knew him and that, it was true and everything else. So, yeah, I mean, it was really true. I mean, but obviously he needed to go and see somebody quite quickly.
Yes, a psychiatrist being, one of them. So this is a noise you won't be hearing too soon in the future. Thanks a lot, Bernie.
Okay, bye.
Bye. Now we're all feeling unwell. What have you got there, Kev? You're walking around virtually with a clipboard and a pen.
I don't have a clipboard. I've asked Sick Boy to get me a clipboard for next week.
Hi, boys.
Hello, Mike.
Is it go in time, or is it...
well, you're a couple of minutes early, but...
Don't bring him in here yet. Hi, Mike.
Hello.
Where were you today? Normally you're here when I arrive at 29 minutes past 7, but you strolled in.
I'm on the blue one.
Casually. Loquaciously.
Yes, what is it?
What does that mean? Well, let's look up loquacious, shall we?
I think it's loquacious is a mouth event.
Excuse me?
It's a mouth event.
This is always dangerous when I look up words in a dictionary, because I tend to drop on one that's...
Thank you very much for the headphones.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Lino cut. Linguist?
Lino cut? Oh, I like lino cuts. They're a lot of fun, aren't they?
I'm having my kitchen done on Monday.
Oh.
If they screw it up, I'm going to give that company more bad publicity than they have ever had.
Really?
I will, if it kills me...
There's nothing vindictive about you, is there, Nick? Underneath that hard-as-nails exterior...
Loquacious. Is it L-O-Q?
L-O-Q. You.
No, I can't jump straight in the middle of the alphabet. I have to start from the beginning. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q. M, N, O, look. Loofah. Loran, Lord, loose. Feeling loose today, Mike?
No, I'm sort of pretty standard.
Lottery, a system for raising money which involves randomly drawing numbered tickets that Nick never chooses. What?
But I really love him.
This doesn't have Q in here.
Can you see here?
Wait, I'm going to do this if it kills me. I'm an OPQR. QR, loose, Lord... before R. L, lonesome.
A lot of paper around here, Nick, isn't there?
Yes.
Looks like explosion in a mattress factory.
It's all my material. L-M-N-O-P-Q-R. There is no Q. Loquacious. Very talkative. And I can't remember how I used it.
You said I was looking...
You walked in
rather
loquaciously.
And I said, I think loquacious is a mouth event, I said.
So I guess you were right.
Thank you.
I was.
This is Talk Radio. Nick Abbott.
It's like having your stomach ripped inside out.
Okay, I'm going to flip through the dictionary. You tell me when to stop, and I'll read out the first word I see, much to Kev's distress.
Yes. No need to worry, Kev. Yeah. Everything's going fine. I've got the bucket here, it's okay.
And here we go.
I'm playing disclaimer, though, remember that.
On your word.
No. Okay, hit it.
On your word. Stop. Repugnant. Kev.
Hey.
Repulse. Kev. That's about it, really.
Been playing some good music tonight.
Yeah, aren't we?
I hate this music. Not this music, but some of that new stuff that he's put in.
One track you didn't like.
Couple.
One. You like it. Look, trust me, I know what makes you sound good. I don't make Mike sound good as well.
Yeah. Trouble is, we couldn't afford the surgery. So I'm having to work with them being dragged up behind a bulldog clip.
You don't have to work dragged up. You look fine just the way you are.
I'm dragged up. Just imagine if I weren't. So, tonight, apart from my neurologist, the lovely Kathy Fay, there's a guy joining us who, by name, John Dee, is exactly the same as a direct descendant of the John Dee who was Elizabeth I's astrologer. I'm lying, of course. Sounds like the same. Isn't that extraordinary? Elizabeth I's astrologer. Brilliant, isn't it? And the other side of it is that he'll be able to tell us that John was right. The Spanish meant us no good. When that flag hove into view, you know that white square with the onion on it?
What? The white square with an onion on it?
We did it with Spanish.
No, I didn't do Spanish. I did French.
Did you? Was that a white square with a clove of garlic on it?
I was quite good at the oral part.
Well, I think we'll leave that there, don't you?
Sure.
Yeah. Because that could actually be a...
I think it'll be a bit of stop.
Yes.
But I was, though.
Sorry?
Quite good at the oral part of the examination of my French course.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Yes.
Because it can be fun. Oral can be fun. I think so. The written stuff's a bit. And of course there's so many little bits, aren't there? Accent acute and cedilla and stuff like that, you know.
I forgot about the cedilla.
I found it on my keyboard the other day. I was just tapping away and I hit the alternative button, you know. And I had a cedilla. I thought, oh, that's interesting. I don't see the word "the" with the cedilla on it.
Doesn't your computer know that the cedilla only goes under the letter Q?
No, I'm in charge of that keyboard. There's an interesting thing. Did this about anorexics? People anorexic actually choose to be anorexic because their life path is out of their control, and that's the one part of their life they can take charge of. And I thought that's very interesting, because a lot of people I know who are anorexic or have anorexic tendencies tend to be swamped by family and stuff like that. You know, there's a lot of pressures on them.
But aren't we all?
Anorexic?
No, swamped.
No, no. Loads of people live alone now. It's gone up 14%. 14% this year. More and more people are living alone.
You know a lot of anorexics.
Yes, well, I know a few. I don't know all of them. I know a few. Strange. I saw a guy the other day. Very, very tight clothes. Like a stick insect. The interesting thing is that he perceived that he was still a bit chubby. But he's walking down the street and he looked
painful.
It just, you couldn't look at him. Really sad. His knees were bigger than his thighs. You know? I mean, that's really odd.
You took a lot in for someone who... someone you couldn't look at.
Journalist eye.
What, you taking photographs?
Song and a smile and Instamatic.
So what else do you have tonight?
What about, attitude.
I've been meaning to speak to you about your attitude, actually.
Yes, the attitude. And, anything else? Oh, loads.
What do you mean, attitude? What does that mean?
I don't. People say it all the time, you know. It says, it's paint with attitude. What is it? It's car grease.
But what does that mean, though, attitude? What do you mean you're doing attitude?
No, I said whatever it is, it's with attitude.
Oh, with attitude?
With attitude.
Oh, right. So you got the,
yes, numerologist.
Right.
Chinese astrology. And psychic car mechanics. And we're just inches away from starting a new sequence on gardening soon.
Psychic gardener?
Nearly psychic, but not quite. But I'm not going to tell you anymore because it's not happening for about 3 or 4 weeks. And you know what an incestuous business broadcasting is. So you can nick it.
You tell your personality dependent on which plants you smoke.
Yes. Are you dallying with your dahlia?
Yes.
Anyway, it's going to be a herbal sort of night in sort of homage to those who went out today. What about the boat race? Did you see that? The clashing oars? Did you see it? Cambridge one, of course.
I was walking.
A light blue moment.
At the time.
You were walking?
Of course. Who won? The boat race was today.
Yes.
Who won?
Cambridge.
Who cares about the stupid boat race? Blimey, there are a bunch of ringers that they bring in from the States who are all like 7 feet tall. They haven't got anything to do with either university, and they just... what is that about? That is ridiculous.
It's not loquacious, is it?
No.
No. So apart from that, it's been a quiet day. I'm surprised actually a man of your world's walking. I mean, couldn't you get somebody to do it for you?
So Mike's going to say...
Bye-bye. Bye.
Or hello. One of the two. Okay, Mike's in about 10 minutes or so, and before we do what we do next, we'll have to go away. But before we do that, which would you like? Would you like stupid news stories, or would you like genuine answers from TV game shows, or a joke from a rag mag, or what?
Joke from a rag mag.
I'd rather not do the joke from the rag mag.
Okay.
But if you insist. 2 ladies are sitting on a park bench. You know, you can, remember, leave this decision to James, who's new on the board.
No. As producer, the decision comes to me.
No, when he's sitting in that chair and you're standing up, then you're the runner. Kev, go and get me a cup of tea.
No.
And James, you have to decide whether this is suitable for broadcast on the air, okay?
Because James...
I am obviously not capable of deciding what is and is not right.
As we know.
So you, James, now are my producer.
No, he's not.
So hover your trunk above the dump button. If you let this go through, And
then I get fired. Okay,
yes.
so remember that.
So don't worry about it. Two old ladies are sitting on a park bench when a flasher walks up to them. He yanks open his raincoat and exposes himself totally to them. This is an enormous shock to the old ladies, and one of them has a stroke right away. The other one couldn't quite reach.
Nick Abbott on Talk Radio.
So what else? Ice cream. That was something I started off and we didn't actually complete. We should do a survey on how everybody eats ice cream. Why not?
Out of the tub.
You eat it out of the tub?
Yeah.
Big spoon or small spoon?
Well, like a trowel.
Do you use a big spoon?
Yeah.
Because I pegged you as using a small spoon, so it would seem like you're eating more of it, because there's more actual spoons. And do you just eat it, or do you kind of play with it?
Well, I hadn't had it till the other week. And it was a very nice sort of chocolate one.
And you ate it straight out of the tub?
Yes.
With a spoon? A dessert spoon or a teaspoon? Because I pegged you as a sort of a teaspoon type.
It was dessert spoon.
Really? And you just put the ice cream on the spoon and then straight in your mouth and that's it? Or do you kind of toy with it? Do you play with it?
I do.
You sort of swirl it around and suck it a lot?
I toy with it a little.
Mm-hmm. Do you take it out and you look at it and it sort of melts in a little lake, like a little island in a lake, and then you put it back in your mouth and you suck the juice off and leave the little mountain of ice cream there and you take a look at it again and like that?
No.
But now you want to, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
0500 1053 89. It's a free call. Let's get through some of these people. And here's one in Aberdeen. Murray.
Oh, Nick, I've got a quick question for you.
Yeah.
It's about Beavis and Butthead.
Okay.
See, when Beavis says, I need TP for my bunghole,
yeah.
does he mean toothpaste?
I've got absolutely no idea what that means. TP? No, a TP as in a tent, I always thought he meant.
All right, well, it's just like the two letters TP. I mean toothpaste.
No, I think it's the word, a TP.
All right. Or could it be toilet paper?
I guess that would make sense, yeah, but, no, I always thought that he wanted a tent, which makes no sense at all, but then he only says that when he goes nuts anyway, when he has too much sugar. But, it's an interesting and blimey, my brain stopped, and an educational one.
Nellie,
and thanks for posing it.
Nellie has a thought.
Really?
He thinks it might mean toilet paper.
Well, that's what Murray just said.
I know.
TP.
No, he said toothpaste.
No, but he also said toilet paper.
Did he? Sorry, Murray, I wasn't listening to you.
That's okay, Kev.
Do you get that a lot, Murray?
No, not a lot.
Really?
Just me.
Okay, thanks a lot, mate. TP, I never really thought about that before. Do people refer to toilet paper as TP? I mean, they refer to orange juice as OJ.
Well, I don't refer to it as TP.
Do you ever go into a sandwich shop and ask for some BS?
I work with you, I get plenty of that.
I've never offered you a bacon sandwich in my life.
Oh, that's true.
Here's one in, it's a mobile. Blimey, I had no idea. Let's take that straight away. Dell, hello.
Hello, Nick. Nicky, baby. Dell, the founder member of the only member so far that is from Cheddar Fan Club.
Delly Welly. You know, you sound so much like,
if you say that, I'm going to kill you.
You sound so much like, what's his name?
Ola, isn't it?
Yeah.
Who?
You sound like Sinbad, who does,
Sinbad, well,
yeah, never mind. Anyway, go on.
Anyway, very quick on about Apocalypse Now, mate. I know there's not much time left. But, did you know that Martin Sheen's twin brother, or I think it's his elder brother, played some of the parts when he had his heart attack?
Martin Sheen has an older brother?
He's got a brother who's around the same age as him, actually. Apparently, when he had his heart attack, I think he had malaria as well or something like that when he was filming that. And some of the scenes were actually shot by his brother, who's a bit tubbier than he was at the time.
No, I did not know. Is that why they, was Yeah, the camouflage paint,
When
and
he come out of the river, out of that swamp.
Precisely the point that I was going to say, because he's underwater, right? You only see his face. Is that him?
That is the one.
I don't
If you look at
believe
his hairline on that, right? His hairline is slightly more receded than Martin Sheen's was at the time. Of course, it's completely gone now because he's old and fat now. But, I mean, at the time, he was a young guy, wasn't he?
But still a respected actor.
Oh, yes.
Let's not bury the guy.
Nick.
And another thing.
Nick, Full Metal Jacket, I was an extra in it.
You were?
I was an extra in it, yeah.
In which part?
I was in when Dorian Hayes, the guy that got shot reading the map by the woman sniper.
Yeah.
The very first guy to open fire was me. Behind the wall with all the actors there.
Really?
Yeah.
And what do you look like?
I'm about 6'4", black. Still am. But you wouldn't have seen my face. There's a couple of scenes like where they had the dead body in the pagoda courtyard and they're taking pictures of him. Then they had the dead guy and it's his birthday. Behind the guy taking pictures, you see me sitting there eating out of sea rations can.
And when they were in, because this is all in Docklands, right?
It was in Beckton in East London, a bit further out, but it's the same area, yes.
And what's there now? It's all...
It used to be an old gasworks.
And they set the buildings on fire. Did they actually build those?
No, most of them were sort of half demolished at the time. The sets that were actually built there were built, and then they just set fires in, like, bins, so that you had all this black plumes of smoke come up everywhere.
Because the buildings certainly did look completely real, so none of that was fake.
Well, they're gaswork buildings. They're already demolished, but they were just dressed up to look like buildings that were recently taken a B-52 strike or something.
And what is the director, what's his name?
Stanley Kubrick.
What's he like?
Quiet bloke. Very quiet. Intense in his work and everything. If you sneeze anywhere near him, he goes bloody mad. Because, you know, he's a bit freaky when he thinks he catch a cold from somebody or something. You know, so if you got a cold or anything like that, don't sneeze near him. You know, but nice bloke though. Knows his work, knows what he wants. Good to work with.
And how much you get paid?
None of your business.
Thanks a lot, mate.
Good night, mate.
0500 1053 18. Oh, blimey, is it that time already? Okay, let's go to genuine contestants' answers from the ITV game show Family Fortunes. Do we want to hear this, yes or no?
Yes!
Okay, right. The last thing you take off before going to bed. Your feet. Something that makes you scream. A squirrel. What? Genuine contestants' answers from the ITV game show Family Fortunes. Something you have with coffee. The Sunday Sport. A song with moon in the title. Blue suede moon. And something you open other than a door. Your bowels. And Mike's next.